seek out new life and new civilizations, to help all go where no one has gone before.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nat 13 Star Trek Ascendance. I'm your Game Master Ugshman. With me, as always, this time of the week are the wonderful and brave members of the Strike Team, as well as a guest star. Say hello, everyone.
Hi.
Oh, it's good to be back. It's good to talk to everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is currently 4 a.m. in a warehouse. Yeah.
Please, let us know. Oh, the window's shut anyways. These
Yeah,
windows
right.
are fake.
You don't even know.
This is all an elaborate set, actually.
It's like it's a D&D session.
Our production quality couldn't have been higher.
Wow, it looks like a real tiny apartment.
I say that also living
Really
at this
is.
complex.
Last we saw
It's
the
really
Strike Team.
atmospheric. Oh yeah.
Last we saw, Strike Team headed back towards the USS Confidence, learning that Chief Science Officer Jumbo was deceased after an Orion pirate attack. Sal got a specific mission from Starfleet to go and do a bit of, shall we say, off-the-book diplomacy with certain Gorn and everything down in the lower quadrant of the beta quadrant of the galaxy. For the rest of our crew, of course, after a incursion with Q where minds were swapped around, body changing, and Val got a brief taste of every emotion all at once, rushed to Vulcan, and after a bit of careful mind meld with Val's parents, was able to almost surgically sever the connection with Val's emotions, where the emotions are still present, but now Val is much more in control and can do with as she pleases. As we head then back to the Confidence, we see the Baggerats zooming through warp, catching up to the ship with ease. And
Why are we not
all of
just
you will notice two things. One, upon arrival back into the docking bay, there are two figures waiting for you. One of which is your old friend and ship partner, Sal. Sal, you actually made it back to the ship, it seems, a little before the crew. The other figure looks to be the first officer Katira Lethal. Commander Lethal is standing just kind of waiting for the ship to dock. And so you guys would all greet each other upon exiting your ship. What would people say?
Oh, we missed you.
Just gonna crawl around a little bit. We did miss you.
Oh, Crawlin.
I think I just tossed you one of the rats from my satchel, just like
Yeah. I'll
kept him warm.
Commander Lethal gives like that immediate side eye of,
Oh,
what?
did you want one too?
Not at all.
Here.
You see, this woman, again, I should say, she has intricate pink skin, like, and so her pink skin kind of blushes, maybe that, like, I am good, whatever that is.
Alright.
More for us. It's not any
wait.
form of inebriating substance. It's just
Lieutenant Black Opal, you're needed on the bridge, for a bit of officer training.
Alright.
Strike Team, so you're all aware, we are still heading towards the neutral zone. To brief you up, Commander Dawn Shredder, we are assigning Ensign Namorum to your shift today for a bit of security and tactical training with you and Commander Sal. Just be aware of that. Currently, your shift details are going to your data pads. Dismissed. He was just kind of like getting more of that hang of like deliberation and rules. So, I would say, I know there was a lot people wanted to do a talk, but we can also, of course, catch up, Sal, as well as share information around. And, of course, Black Opal, you're heading for a bit of time on the bridge.
Oh, so Black Opal's not here.
Black Opal is leaving for just, well, a little bit while everything happened up there.
Yeah. I mean, glad you're back. Val almost died, but she didn't, so we're set.
As a
I
body swap incident, I was put into the mind of Black Opal, and I experienced all of his life and emotions up until that point. Because I was trying to search for a memory to fix our artillery.
So yeah, she's fine.
I'm over it.
Her
so
dad
I went
kind of
into
sucks.
a catatonic state. He does not suck. You took a patient
His name
off
is
of a
literally
hospital bed.
Joyless.
I know that. You don't think, and like just a full dead.
So
Eleanor
just
can't deadpan
1,000
because
yard
like
stare.
you don't
What?
think I don't know that.
So your dad sucks. You're agreeing with. Anywho, so we, yeah, we're basically fine now. I went down with the technical team. What is your team called?
Alpha Shift.
Alpha shift.
I went down with Alpha Shift, did first contact. It was pretty radical. Trish and I had sex, so that was super cool.
Not
Nice.
important to the briefing.
Wait, was that the one that was just in here?
Not
No.
important to the briefing.
Nah, I give.
I forgive.
He's
Uh,
not the first officer.
This
No,
is
no, no.
me just
Yeah.
forgetting who Trish is.
You're
Yeah,
good.
Trish
Yeah, no.
is a xenobiologist. We haven't really interacted with her as a
Oh,
group,
was
other than at
the
the
blood
common.
sausages?
Yeah.
Right.
No, yeah, I'm just totally gonna dap you up.
The orange juice.
Yeah, so that's about everything that's important. Oh, and we got the ship stencil. And there is a stencil. We're not
Snowy.
in the ship bay, are we?
Oh, this is in the ship bay.
Oh yeah, so the ship has a big old stencil of a bag with rats like spilling out of it.
Spelling out the bag of rats.
Spawn out the bag of rats.
So I think that's everything that matters. Oh, and Tahina's sister is definitely a babe, but also very dangerous.
I do
Nice,
agree that your
nice.
sister is fairly attractive.
You met her too?
Logically speaking. No, like,
You were showing the video.
I saw her on the video.
Oh, true.
Did you meet Tahina's sister?
Yeah, actually,
There's
while
a
I was
video
with
of you.
Alpha Shift. Oh, Tahina, by the way, met your sister. She
There's
put
a
a gun in
video.
my
I
back.
want to see the video.
I know the video. It's like someone I know.
So
I'm gonna
what-
say some crew member in the lower decks turned it into like a fan cam.
It was
A fan cam of an Orion pirate, which ended
No,
with
that
the
is-
death of a senior officer.
I
Told
love
me
Bro.
that
it.
beautiful.
Like a fan cam of this. Okay, you
is
see.
really
I'm gonna make a
hot.
pure luck
It's
check.
okay.
Let's see how good of a fan
No,
cam it
because
is.
hear me out. Have you
Like-
seen the lower deck series?
Yeah, I have. Let's
You
see
know that would happen.
how good of a fan cam.
Just
Let's see
following
how
the
good.
Orion pirate.
How good of a fan cam. That's a nat 13. I'm
Hey,
gonna make the
Sepsi,
choice. It is this Orion pirate. Very Guardians of the Galaxy, like leather jacket, jaunted hat, windswept hair in that close cut where it's like long on top, that like beautiful fade inside.
Ooh, nice.
Sitting like swinging gun, boom, boom, triggering like hologram where we see mirror image like three of her, boom, boom, boom. So it like works for the good of the fan cam, of like doof, doof, and like slow mo shots, and it's very carefully cut right when she's like throwing some sort of grenade, and that like leaving. To which the normal video shows the grenade hits the warp core, explodes, and kills Jumbo. So it's very carefully cut. But now there's a fan cam of Commander Jumbo's final moments.
You guys
So
know
it's
this is
just like
Eleanor
looking
being
at
an
the
ass and
video.
not that.
Yeah, she's got drip. So, anywho,
She's apparently
totally
someone
met
on the lower decks.
she
Apparently after
offered
the
you a
video, I
job,
just went
so
Jumbo.
she said if you want to come back to the
Jumbo.
ship, you're
The
good
senior
anytime.
officer died.
She said we could
Besides
probably go
officer.
too, so you know if everything goes to shit here.
The guy
That's
who's
good.
basically
Number
chief
two.
medical,
What
but
did
for
you say?
science, died.
I was
Do
honestly
you remember
just
that?
so taken aback that she was able to sneak up on me.
Went to the funeral.
I would
Yeah.
listen. She is
We got high
quite.
at the aquarium.
She's real good.
I
She's
wasn't
good.
there for that.
I'm aware.
You were there
She wouldn't tell me her name though. What is her name?
and that's where you
To
got
Ayla.
your mission.
To Ayla.
Like,
do you spell
where
that?
you're
Okay, so
physically at.
just
T apostrophe
now
A L E Y. I will double check my
I know,
own
I'm
spelling
just-
now that I say it out loud.
That's cool. I was playing like. No, I'm not. Isn't it?
Taela is the name.
Just for a second, I
Pulling up.
Secretly
But yeah,
haven't
it was.
saved my tape.
She's cool. Yeah.
And you don't
Namorum
think Tahina
almost
isn't?
toasted her, but didn't.
Yeah.
So that's lucky.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you just say that Tahina isn't as cool?
No, Taela. T
Oh, sorry, no,
apostrophe
no, you're talking
E Y L A.
To
Taela. So it's an
I got
E, but
confused
makes
for a
the A
second.
sound.
Nice.
I'll say Namorum, at this point, you will be able to have found your way to docking bay, because again, your pad shows up. Part of your shift today, in-depth security work and tactical training with two of your senior officers.
What is?
I think you
my-
immediately also get a message from me that just pops up and is just like, Ship Bay, hanging out.
I'm tempted to ask what this means. Oh god. but yeah, I'll just head down.
I will say in this
And an
moment to
emoji of a rat.
Dahina, can you make me a history check on your sister?
Through the fan can.
No.
Absolutely
I
kind of
cannot
messed
believe
up
the
if you think
fan
about it.
can,
Oh,
dude.
we're being boarded, but our invaders are hot though.
No, this
You
is
know.
Starfleet.
Damn
Are
it,
you
these
kidding?
Orions.
We have like a
19.
couple of, you know,
19.
GoPros
Murdering everyone.
ready.
Hell yeah. We are going to do a
You know,
fun
in the
little...
catalogs, there's one when Kirk was a captain. And no,
All of you watch. Dahina, you get that kind of 1,000-yard stare. The last time you remember talking to Taylor was, gosh, back when you were probably with your parents. You standing on your ship out of the couple that your parents owned, or maybe own's not the right word, but you know. You see Taylor has gotten into a bit of a fight with your father, Lotur. And you see she is packing a bag in her quarters and kind of notices you watching. Hey. Well, if you're going to put me on display, you want to throw me my gun real quick? And she keeps shoving things into a bag. As she kind of buckles up, just... So... Be honest, on a scale of 1 to 10, whose side do you take? Mine or Dad's?
I'm not taking sides.
That's your problem. You gotta find a side to, you know? Listen, you see, she kind of does that, like, very older sibling, puts a hand on her shoulder. You're smart. This kind of looks around the vessel. This whole operation is another decade at most. You gotta get out. Make your own way.
Thanks.
Oh, by the way, she is going to slip you a piece of latinum. Just, if you're ever in trouble, use that to find me. As she walks out of her quarters, you overhear that final conversation. Like, you hear your father, Lotur, leave the ship and you'll never come back to the Orion. See if I fucking care about whatever syndicate you want me a part. And just hear a smaller vessel boot up in somewhere in the lower decks. And as we kind of cut to the present, I'll say, would you still have that piece of latinum that she gave you?
Yeah, probably.
So it's very much that instinctive thinking about it, probably with a lot of your personal belongings in your quarters, but it's been an age. And so to have Taylor show up twice and, you know, I shouldn't say threaten Gibbon, but, you know, very much pass along a message through him. No check needed, but of course with the 19 history, she's definitely been keeping tabs on you. To know not only that you're in Starfleet, but that you were a member aboard the Confidence. That's a lot of coincidences to have. As you're kind of in thought, Sal, would you make me a perception check now that you're kind of back aboard the Confidence?
That was a 14 plus 5, so 19.
Something smells really good.
I follow the scent.
At first you're thinking it's got to be a rat, right? Something mammalian kind of caught your scent. Underneath one of the other transport shuttles, you find a little rolling furry creature. Grab it. It smells great.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you found one.
Can we have been keeping tabs on Sal after you just...
I'll say, Cell didn't go too far. It's just kind of that, like, oh, and
You
so...
just see me like crawling under a ship, the tail like going crazy.
After a moment, yeah. You've got this creature. It kind of, like, is weirdly warm and fuzzy in your hands. Like, it's kind of fun, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Would it be like animal handling
What
or
color is
Arcana
it?
history or whatever? Because I
Oh,
wanna,
brown.
Oh, it's brown. Okay.
Because I wanna know what it is.
Yeah, make me a history check.
Oh, okay.
While you do so, everyone else, please make me a perception check.
Okay. That was only a 3, and I have a +2 to history, so that's 5.
It's definitely a snack. It's very much so, like, it's nothing, like, of terrifying sentience where it's like, I could probably eat this.
Yeah. Probably won't poison me.
Yeah, right? It's not poisonous, it's food, right?
Smells great.
Smells great.
Unless somebody fed it poison.
14.
Then you'd be very
Mm. Then that would be bad.
Okay.
14,
I'm gonna put it in my mouth. I won't chew it just yet, but I wanna gum it a little bit.
you put inside your mouth, kind of like making a... Gonna make a pure luck check. You put your mouth, go below. There's 2 in your mouth now, you feel.
Oh no.
Two chimpanzee.
Like, you all look. Sal, I will say it's that perfect Sal. When you turn around, and suddenly, like, 2 very
Hey,
squirrel
spit,
ass.
spit. What is that?
What?
Put it. I start running.
Right.
I pull
Damn
out
it.
a spray bottle. So out, come back.
Did anyone get above a 17 perception? If anyone else was making that.
Like a dog.
No.
Drop it.
You
Drop
run.
it. Just bolt.
You start chasing Sal through the
Wait.
ship. Sal. Yeah.
Does she pass by me because I can technically use it as an opportunity attack? Like, not like just like use it. It's just like nope.
Non-lethal, like, sidebar to spit.
Yep.
Sure, I'd allow that. Like, yeah, make me the attack roll just to, like, again, it's
Okay.
this non-lethal form of, like, can I just kind of, like,
It's like
poke?
no.
It's
I
like
mean,
grabbing a dog paw.
exactly, like, back of the neck, and then whatever's in the mouth usually kind of flies outward. Go for it.
That's a 15.
15. I don't think
AC.
that
I
gets...
don't think that beats my AC.
No.
Nope. So to work,
Gosh,
you go
dude.
to grab it, to like up over a transport and around.
Oh my gosh. Oh
Uh,
man.
I want to hide under a ship.
You go to hide under a ship.
Oh my gosh.
There's 2 more of these creatures underneath the ship with you.
How big is Sal's jaw?
I mean, I'm a big boy.
For a Gordon, yeah,
Big
they
boy.
have it. It's not like true what we call reptilian, where it can like
They're
really
kind
expand.
of falling
But it's enough
out
of
when
like
you're trying to...
with these creatures, you
It's
put
like,
enough
you
in,
know,
and it's like
overshooters that have like the 3 tennis balls in their mouth.
yeah, or
Or that one meme where it's like the guy's just shaking his dog's mouth and 3 acorns
Yeah,
pop out.
all of you start hearing around the ship. What the hell? Oh yeah, no.
No.
Damn it! What is this thing? In this moment, in the docking bay, all of you are able to then notice, now being passive perceptions, these little fuzzy balls are kind of everywhere.
I swallow them.
Did you chew it first?
Who knows?
I'll make it electric.
You're gonna get xenomorph. Oh my gosh.
That was cocked.
Good
You chewed them. I'll say that's a
I
pretty
don't
good
want
lecture.
to confirm-
It was enough of a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
It's
perform
very akin to
surgery
what
on
we would
you
call
to
like
get out these-
meatball consistency of like, fun, right? These little creatures are kind of everywhere. Anyone who wants to can make me a history check or a lore check, as we could also
Should
call
I
it.
make another one?
Yes, now that you've eaten it.
Nat
It's-
13 plus
15.
5, that is
15.
Gosh.
That's a
dang.
3.
History.
Given.
no.
I'm still looking for
13.
Sal.
3 plus 5.
Hey.
That's a 12.
3 plus 5.
Probably only because you wanted some.
Yeah.
So 18.
I'm literally
But
like,
a
Sal,
nat
Sal,
13.
Sal,
Yeah.
Sal, share.
Sal, what you find?
Oh
That
gosh.
was a synth 20. on my
Synth
history.
20.
So eating them definitely helped.
It you know, putting it in your mouth,
Yeah.
chewing a little,
Yeah, it's
you know,
the part of
ruminating.
ruminating.
Sal
Please
getting
tell
the
me that
20.
you've seen that it trailed over
This, you've heard of these before. They're great for snacking because they populate so quickly. They're called tribble.
And since it like multiplied in my mouth, do they just like automatically multiply, or do they just like?
You
have to
would
be,
know
like,
on the
it's
20.
Like a gremlin thing where they
It's very
get
much.
bit.
It's not get around, thankfully. Part of their thing is, of course, once they're allowed to like what's the word I want to say, grow. They very much are actually born with other tribble already ready to be birthed inside of them, and so it's more they don't need a ton to get going.
Mitosis.
Obviously, food is
my
not
toes.
a bad start. Like if you feed them, like to help like grow their population. But once they get going, they can survive basically everywhere.
Is it like a fish where like they'll stop populating if they're in a big cage or something? Because like fish grow to the size of the cage. So like if I put one in a container to have like unlimited snacks.
Little bit. I would say the key though is it's
I like how
more.
this is turning into snack
It's
10%.
upkeep.
Snack
It's you would
10%.
have to have upkeep on this thing of it still might try to reproduce and grow and like expand its own population as a species because it's kind of what they do. In a very broad
They
sense.
named snack
Bust
time
out
for
of their
sale.
containers. Like
Exact-
when there's so many of them, the walls will literally.
And
bust
that's why it's
down
like-
of their containers.
It's an upkeep thing, right? You could definitely, if you had one and just kind of like kept an eye on it, it's not bad.
And
But at this moment, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Hey, but I got an 18.
Oh, good.
I got a
The
nat 13.
the 20 was needed. There was no real nat 13,
Gosh,
unfortunately,
dang.
for this scenario.
But you
The
was
more you
in
feed
there.
them, the more they reproduce.
Mhm.
Also.
I'm just trying to.
Fuck
if I
it.
can,
Those little hits, but haven't.
Oh, that's a
add this
whopping
to my
5.
roll.
A whopping 5 from
Yeah.
Memorum.
Yep. Starting off strong.
I got a 23.
23. Well done. Was that with a natural 20?
Yes.
Yo, well
I
done.
think that's the first natural 20 I've rolled.
That is a
Yo.
historic moment. Treasure this.
Yeah, I got a
And this will help. 22 for
Oh, is that your
Sal.
first nat 20?
Uh,
20.
Yay,
baby's first nat 20!
Outside of the banished one.
Gibbon, what did you get?
13.
13 for Gibbon. And for Al,
Disadvantage.
9.
What?
9.
You got the
Nine.
20 on disadvantage.
On disadvantage.
That
So
one
this is
time.
your first nat
Oh,
20 that
right.
Yeah.
This
counts.
is your first.
This is
forgot
the
about
real
that.
one.
Yeah.
All of you will hear your comm badges go off. As I just realized I'm not wearing mine. Oh no. You hear the comm badge goes off and Captain McTavish is speaking. Crew of the Confidence, we're being overrun by a bunch of little fucking tribbles. Kill them as fast as you can. They're already about to bust out the ship. We're making our way to Yorktown as fast as possible. But this is your captain saying, kill as fast as you can to prevent our ship from becoming an exploding zoo. McTavish out, and you hear, like, in the background, there's, like, weird, like already just a lot of background noise. You've been given this order, and Dima, you are beginning our initiative. Hearing this order, what would you like to try to do in this moment?
I just want to pull out my phaser and just shoot as many as I possibly
Excellent.
can. Just
Here's
just
what's
go for
super
it.
fun. You're going to first roll to hit. I will let you know you're almost guaranteed to hit any of them. Let's just see if you crit.
Okay, how do I? Which one do I roll?
Oh, that is a D20.
Oh, just the regular one.
Yes. Yeah, just the regular.
I got an 11.
11. That's still going to hit. Thankfully, again, Triple have like the lowest ACs you could ever think of. In fact, once we kind of get through everyone's initiative round, we're not going to have to roll to hit. It very much is just damage. So go ahead and roll with your phaser 2d12. And this is how many Tribble you're going to be able to just start shooting.
The
See, this is
D12,
getting
the
us
smaller
character.
D20, the dodecahedron looking.
Yeah.
August, we talked about people not putting themselves in their characters, but I think
Sal,
we have
what
to
are
have
you
a talk
doing?
about it.
Sal, no,
Your
don't
snack
eat
problem
this.
is-
So, am I supposed to roll that twice?
Yes, because on a vaporized setting, you roll twice.
I got a 2 and an 11.
So 13. Dahina, you immediately whip phaser. 13 Triple down in one go as
Nice.
just rapid fire. It's so easy to hit these things, and they are dust in the wind.
Question, is
Um,
attraction one of my emotions?
Which one?
Attraction.
Attraction.
Attraction. That is, well, that's debatable philosophically. Literally, technically, no, as it's more, a true emotion is something like love, lust, affection. Attraction is more a basis off of things you would have. I think if we had to debate that,
Okay.
we could. But
But not much. Okay.
yeah, it's not like a. So,
Okay, I just-
Dahina,
Val thinks
you
you're
just
cool
start
with this.
shooting
Oh.
these things and realize they are now everywhere. It was harder to notice at first, but now coming out of Jeffrey's tubes underneath transports, waves of tribble have begun to emerge. That will make your turn as you just load up, start shooting. Sal, that's you then. On going up. Gibbon, you're on deck.
Did I
Yeah.
need to roll? Or
You did
since I
not
was
because
already
you.
counting?
Black Opal's doing something at this moment.
You know the game Hungry Hungry Hippos?
Oh,
How many of these can I eat?
Here's the thing: you're gonna roll to attack, but the main thing is just trying to see if you nat 20 crit because, like, it's kind of being discovered. Their AC
One
is
hit point.
5, and with 1 hit point, they're so
So-
delicious. Shall we
The
call it?
damage. The
Well,
damage.
my bite attack is +7,
overflows.
so.
Yeah, right. Like, I think everyone, no matter how badly you hit, even on a nat 1, you would hit 1 at
So
this
I-
point.
1 damage.
Just roll the
You eat
17.
1.
Have I rested since
24
our
hit.
last session?
A 24 will hit a lot of them. Go ahead and roll damage. Let's see how many you can get in.
Okay, how many? What do I roll?
This is going to be with your bite attack.
Oh, right, so D6 plus 5.
And that's however many you eat.
Oh, wait, I have
Is if you fit the dog movement.
an action. Okay, wait.
It was not
Right, okay, I'll do that, and then I have my bonus action.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So I eat 6 of them. No, wait. Yes, I eat 6 of them.
On full hands and legs just hop, 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 hop. 6 triple are gone in a second. Sal, you're gonna have quite the meal, let me tell you. It's gonna go
And
great.
then for my bonus action, I can do Thunder Jaws.
Yeah, do it again.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and then I'll gain hit points by eating them.
I will let you all know it's gonna. You want to kill as many as possible.
Yeah.
So yes,
Okay, Hungry Jaws. I'll see if I crit.
yeah.
No, I do not. That was a 9.
A 9. 9 still hits.
Okay.
Again,
good.
the lowest AC on these things. There's just a lot. It's like
Yeah.
swarm stuff going on
Okay.
right now.
We're in the
That
ship
one.
bay, right?
Can we
Alright,
lock down
that
the
is
bay?
11. Should I eat?
They're
11.
the ship, aren't they?
So you have
Can
already
we lock down
eaten
every individual portion of the ship?
17
Oh,
triple,
Yeah.
as it is very much the, like, if you've ever watched any Looney Tunes cartoon, any animated, like, eating through the sea and leaving behind the clean path. As Sal, you've eaten 17. Go ahead and give me just a pure luck check. Let's see how full you are right now.
Okay.
How full
That's
it's
a 9.
9. Okay, no, like, that definitely filled you, but you could probably do this 2 or 3 more rounds, you feel? Like, you could eat some more triple.
Is he wanting more of those sounds?
Yeah, right, like, and if they were furry and rolled around the floor and just came to me. Actually, I will say, Sal, that's what you're noticing. These things aren't terrifyingly intelligent. A few of them accidentally or maybe purposely roll into your mouth as you're going along. Like, they're not what we would call, like, intelligent life. They just kind of and just do their thing. And so one of them just, and you just can eat it out of the air like a grape, right? Excellently done. Given that is your turn, Val, you're on deck.
So we're in the ship bay, right?
Yes.
So how difficult would it be to get all of us into our pod?
Not at all. Most of you still have movement, right? It would be that, like, hey, let's all load on in.
Yeah. I'm just gonna throw out real quick. Let's just all get in the pod and then vent the bay.
Baby hungies!
Let's go!
No! Please!
I mean, no, you can keep eating as long as you would like, but
I get sucked into
They're
full
all throughout
heart
the
space.
ship, right?
They're
Well,
all
she'd be
very-
okay
This
out
would
there.
definitely help though this bay. Like,
So
if you
you-
I'd
guys,
rather
also
not
listening.
have that, so you can.
I would.
Oh no! If you want to, I could go over to the base and beam you back in.
Yeah, it's literally like you do whatever you want, but if the rest of us get into a pod real quick,
There is
The whole
one
ship.
right.
Yeah, so if
but
you go in the hallway.
but it would make the ship bay done. Or yeah, you could go work
Yeah.
out in the hallways.
Yeah.
I'll use
We
my
just
movement and
take
just-
care of the
Yeah,
bay
right.
real quick.
Dehina Sal, it's easy enough. Yeah,
Like,
getting
send
into
something to
pods,
McTavish
smart like.
of, can we shut down every individual area?
individual.
Well, I
that
don't
would
think
get
we'd be able to vent the whole ship.
No, not the whole ship. I mean to contain
bay, at
each
least.
area.
in the bay
So
for
that they
sure.
can't spread from.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Sal-
see. Is there a
Sal
way to
just
do
gives
that
a
through the
thumbs up
Johnson's
and goes
tubes or
from
whatever?
circle.
You can
Yeah,
have
mouth is full, right? Like I'm eating.
which are
Gotcha.
in the walls.
Yeah,
So if we lower the
But
bulkheads,
it is possible to vent the whole ship, right?
it is, and that may be what here in the next after Gibbon's turn, the bridge crew's gonna start explaining a bit of what they're gonna ask everyone to do.
Okay, so that is my idea for my turn. Is if possible, like if it's gonna be until next turn and I have to wait for everybody, I'll take attacks now.
I
But
would
if I could
say-
just get in the pod and like start.
What you need to
prepping
do
it to
now
vent.
is make me a technology check using intelligence. It's because again, flying your ship easy.
The only person.
It's making sure we can access the bay to vent.
The only person you need to grab
Really?
would be Tahina because. But that'd be easy. You could just.
That's well, like Dahina, and so I'm saying it's easy enough of if you're just shooting Tribble, it's easy enough right now to just take a few steps back to your pod or your ship.
So that's a 7, but I've driven the shuttle a lot, so I assume it's not the
Shuttle's
shuttle.
actually this is the passive for the shuttle. This is starting to get into the Bay Area codes and say like, hey, I'm remote accessing the stuff that's on the outside of our ship to open up doors and vent out into space, right? Like that. Yeah, the ship's the easy part.
Okay.
So it might just have to finish up on your next turn.
Okay,
but
in that
you've
case,
made
I'm gonna
headway.
hop into the blaster chair on our little pod and just.
Oh my god.
Go for it.
I don't have the stats for that.
I will pull those up for you right now.
I don't know. Did we ever get the back rat stats?
Oh my gosh, we never did.
It's okay. I'll just attack with the main.
I
ship.
know why.
It's mostly just
It was a
triple
part of
misses.
improved initiative when that all went down. I'm now remembering why I apologize. I can give you though your primary weapons right now. Here we go. Your assault
Ion for the railgun?
railgun, ion
Ion
railgun.
and then the quad laser.
Your railgun actually is your secondary weapons.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
quad
we
laser
just
cannon.
overlaid 'em.
Go ahead, Lincoln. Can
Uh-huh.
you roll me? It's a D20. You're going to use the bag of rat stanch, which is going to give you a +4 in this moment, which is actually pretty good.
It's a 13 to hit.
13 will hit, of course. Go ahead and roll me 2d4 and then times that by 10.
Is that how many of them I kill?
Ship ship weapon to ground is a times by 10 automatic.
That's 2d4. That's 40.
40 damage. All of you watch Gibbon gets in as just fire of it's Tribble saving Private Ryan right now. Boom, boom. Like, you are like shooting them, and
Do we
Tribble are
see
exploding.
5 Tribble really heroically trying to
Exactly.
get to one little
As
Tribble?
like one Tribble flying through the air
Just
gets
have a
shot
minute.
out of the air, exploding in fire and fur, and just boom, boom, boom.
Gibbon does shed a tear.
Damn those beautiful bastards. Excellent, Gibbon. Getting that
man.
already. That will make Val's turn.
after that was saving private. The owl is going to kind of use, in a sense, the free action communicate, right?
Mhm.
To communicate with McTavish of should we lock down each individual area so that it cannot spread to each.
Right, Commander. Here's our plan right now. We're contacting with Yorktown, seeing how fast we can beam everyone in the crew off. Commander Orson's going to stay behind being android and vent the entire ship, top to bottom. Please make sure that everyone in the strike team and any other organic life form is properly taken off the ship.
Understood. All right, everyone on the ship. I relay everything that McTavish
Yes.
actually said.
I have my
it's he's
base butter balls are in
But
my satchel.
Everyone
in
is
your
planning to
personal
vent the entire
rooms is
ship.
Oh, by the way, Sal, I don't
In
know
our
if you're
personal
here for
rooms?
that, but
Well, think
I have
of-
2 rats,
That's
living
what you
rats
would
that I
need.
keep
That's
with me,
it's
and
any
I need both of
organic
them
life
big fucking
form that
balls.
need to be taken
two.
off the ship needs to get off the ship.
Wait, you named both of them?
They have
Both of
the
them
exact
are
same
named big fucking balls.
Big
Big fucking balls and big fucking balls.
Do I
You
need to
know.
go get big twin
Also-
balls?
No, they're in my
guinea
satchel.
pigs and chinchillas.
I need to
Yes, okay, I heard about the
So
chinchillas.
the key is, and I will be really
Oh my
nice.
gosh.
The chinchilla guinea pigs we can deal with for Black Oak because you already kind of did that
Yes, I
yesterday.
already grabbed it.
It's if anyone in this group has
I
any
was
sort of
comatose. I couldn't get Tunimer.
Okay, what?
I want Tunimer.
What,
That That's
So
actually
is this gonna vent all our like personal belongings?
It should basically what they're going to do is Orson is staying
They're
on the
gonna
bridge,
suffocate everything.
and he is going to just
Oh,
careful
yeah.
a controlled
Got it,
vent
got it.
and just turn
No
off
more
life
air.
support
Just take out
basically.
the air. Got it.
And then it's basically then just a matter of like shoveling a bunch of dribble out.
Hey, do we have any? Well, first, before I worry about
Like a city.
Tibbles, can't remember my name that rat.
Tuttle.
Tunnemer. Do we have any medical patients that cannot go through beam?
Good thought.
There might be a couple off the top of your head.
On it. I am going to. Is there any bay doors? Any way to transport to space from the medical hangar?
Not at all. What it would be is taking movement or action, get to the med bay, figure out who needs to be transported, and possibly bringing them to your transport in this moment. Because again, transportation technology is a bit finicky, shall we say the least. Like, it's why we can't just transport all the crew off or all the tribble off, and it's why Captain McCavish is saying, I'm working with Yorktown to see if they can grab us off of the Confidence, and then we vent. So
Okay.
you know it would be a matter of get to the med bay, see who needs to be taken, and then getting them to like a transport to head off.
Thank you for allowing me to have all this
Yeah.
communication. 'cause I
Oh,
can then
that's
tell
yeah.
my team,
Communication's easy.
Strike team,
Yeah.
I need your help. We have we possibly have people in the medical bay who cannot be beamed out. We need to be able to get to the medical bay, see if anyone can get onto our transport from there. Yes.
Mechanical question.
Tina, yes.
How big are the hallways?
Hallways, actually, well, 15 feet by about 12 feet, rounded edges, being a Constitution class.
Because I'm a
It's tall enough to where I can still stand.
It's
Secondary
we'll get to that.
mechanical
Don't worry.
question. How big is the shuttle?
The shuttle. Oh gosh.
Are you
Oh,
trying to
shit.
drive through the hallway?
Bro.
Guys, I built Gibbon to be shenanigans for flavor. Like, even if it doesn't work, well, if it like straight up just wouldn't work, I'm not gonna try it. But if it could work, duh! That's so
Do we have any
cool.
of those like
No.
mini like? Is it? Look at me in my eyes.
No, 1 second.
Is it?
Guys, we're taking the puddle jumper.
Did you know that a standard Starfleet shuttle
Bro.
is 13 feet wide
Smaller than the wide.
and 8.8 feet tall?
Guys! We're going to Hollywood! Sorry, Dahina, I think that's actually your turn. I think I stepped on that.
No,
Or
you're
it was
good.
somebody's
And-
turn.
well, I mean, they are
still
19 feet long, so it's gonna make banking a bitch and a half, so to speak, because it is long.
I'm okay if I need to say that my turn is this planning of it can go through the
I
hallways.
will say,
great. Everybody
Is
into
action,
the shuttle,
bonus action movement is
We're
like,
gonna
if
go
we
to
can
the
all get on the
medical bay.
shuttle, how do we get through?
to which
Holy
because
shit.
I'm only behind the. That's great. I love
Oh
that.
my gosh, we
Because
have to do it.
I'm literally right behind the chief medical officer. Is my bunk near the med bay?
No, so in actually a good way, most personal living quarters aren't with a lot of the stuff unless you're like the captain or first officer who have ready room and stuff to be close.
Can I pull a little shenanery?
What shenanery?
That before my, going to Opaltown, I trained Tedimer to come to the sound of a whistle.
Holy shit, that's a 19. Sure. Yes! Yeah. Whistle and a little blue rat will appear out of the Private Ryan tribble scene. A blue rat tragically trudging through the bay and fire.
Jumping from one
Jumping.
dribble to
Like, as tribble bodies are flying, this tiny little blue rat lands perfectly in front of Sal. Sal, this blue rat just immediately like,
I immediately put my face into your head.
oh,
Out! Spit it out!
spit it out.
Spit it out! I put it to disintegrate. Spit it out!
Tuttle's out and just little
I
rat
take
puke.
Tedimer and I immediately put
Put
him
it
in my pocket.
throat.
Oh boy.
Blue.
Here we go.
I did not dye him blue. I wanted to ask, is he naturally blue? And he went.
He's
kind
not
of-
naturally blue, so you might need a bit of dye work if you want
Okay,
to
I'll
stop.
dye him
Dye
off
him blue.
back when we're on planet,
Okay.
but not now.
Here we go.
Oh
Val,
my
you
gosh.
have done a good job of like, let's
No,
figure out
you
trained
guys
shenanigans.
You
have
had
seen Bear in the
time to
Big
dye
Blue
him
House.
blue.
That's kind of what it's because his name is
Nemorum
Tutterbird from the Blue
is,
Mouse from Bear in the Big Blue
uh,
House, so I named him Tutterbird.
Nemorum, it is going to be
Oh,
your turn.
Yo.
Here's what we need to know. So, for Dahina,
If I had tried to
Val,
train him, I did have
hold on.
time to dye him blue.
Sal, Nemorum, and
Sorry.
Gibbon. The 5 of you are about to do something batshit crazy
I'm so
and
Just
try to
might work.
just thread the needle through
Thread
a
the
starship to get to the
Oh.
med bay.
I don't think that's ever
now
been
I-
done. I
But
I
it
wanna help with
technically
shenanigans
is
with that now.
possible. So,
We got
I
this.
there was a
here's what you're
shuttle.
gonna know, Nemorum, and what I'm gonna allow with your turn, what you guys need to figure out. Someone's gonna have to pilot the shuttle, obviously, and make a bunch of crazy fast checks.
Are they going to be
I
decks?
do have a little bit shenanery.
They are
so
next.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Who's
want
highest?
to be outside the ship using my jetpack to like help steer it because I have a strength
Oh.
score of 21.
Fuck yeah.
And
So being in the front and then kind of just like kicking off walls to help turn it.
Yep.
Front or back, yeah.
Dude.
It's
Yeah.
And also any
Jumping
opportunity
drift,
because like once
Claymore
again,
style.
I love my pull arm feat, so I can do opportunity attacks if any come by.
This
So it's
is-
like,
Guys, I'm
Here we go.
I love our
This is very much.
I
It's
love
turning into that
D&D.
very quick time, like a video game of
good.
what do we plan.
Gosh.
So,
Does somebody else want to pilot and I can also jetpack and help him?
Dude.
So we have two
Dude.
people
Yeah, who has the
outside.
highest deck set is
who else has good
Give it.
decks? Is,
We're,
yeah,
we're
that's
the
it.
Venetian
I've
I have
Post.
14.
You're not there. I know. Black Opal stealing with his own shit. Did it fall? Oh, it's like perfectly right below the bag.
I mean, my dex is
It's
plus
like
four.
underneath.
I
Yeah,
can't-
Then yeah, you
Plus
Mine
4.
is a +2.
I
Okay,
think.
Yeah, I'm a
so-
plus 2 to
so-
dex.
I have a plus 4.
Uh,
Go
looking
for
at
it. Go plus 4,
dexterity
you're
score,
piloting
like
now.
what
What's,
your
oh,
bigger
wait, so
number
he's a
is.
dex. Oh, yeah, what's your dex?
I'm a +3.
Plus 3.
Okay, so I
So-
guess I'm piloting.
Sal, you're gonna be piloting, so you're gonna be making the. This is quick time rounds where like we're basically gonna go round, round, round. So your checks are always going to be piloting checks. You can use, of course, your dexterity score, that +4, and basically, if things get bad, the DC becomes 15. Normal's about a 10. If it goes really well, it's like a 5. And of course, all hell breaks loose. It's a 20.
So,
Also,
so basically, the dexterity score we have. To
You
be
two are
inside.
going to be making strength athletics checks to full on using jetpacks, one in front, one in the back, kick off walls, keep the ship from hitting
I'm raging.
the walls, the people, the triples are fine, right? But we'll get to that.
Can I employ Tahina to start making, in the sense of, because Eleanor is not a medical person, but I know that there are specific ways you have to transport people. If
Mhm.
there's any, like, night-time pills that we have to prepare.
Here's what you know. There's a choice for you two. Getting to the show, you can either prep medical aid, which would be, of course, very important for either, again, any anesthetics for patients. But in this moment, there is wave after wave of triple forming. Like, Gibbon, again, in this quick time, Gibbon is still boom, boom, boom. Without that, you know the bay would already probably be full. Triple have... Fun fact, this is because a crew member brought Tribble aboard, and I rolled a nat 20 to see how fast they would reproduce.
Oh, crew member.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
So, in this
Also,
quick
I
time,
know I was getting,
is you have the options of you can either prepare
That was Al.
medical
Try
aid,
not to laugh. The L
or...
Maybe you should pay attention to this bit where he's
No.
directly
You're going to
talking.
want to listen to this.
I'm sorry,
Or
I'm just apologizing for having
taking control of the weapon system, because these two beefy boys are keeping the ship going. Sal
I'm usually
is
in charge of weapons,
driving.
but I'm driving now.
Someone,
Ban on
you might
weapons.
need to just start
No, I can do
shooting
weapons and you figure
Tribble.
out the medical stuff.
It's
Would you
possible.
be able to do that?
It's
because you're-
because
Because
you would be
science, medical.
you would be able to take care of primary.
Science
It's
is
the
technically
choice is
doable.
someone could be on the secondary weapon in this moment, if that makes sense.
Fair.
Question: would we have access to oxygen tanks?
On
Just
the
like
ship, your ship
emergency.
regulates it for you. Like pure oxygen tanks would be found in med bay,
Okay.
But we do have them.
or like yeah.
Because our ship is always stocked with everything we need
Mhm.
forever.
Oh yeah, no, that's
At least
true.
for a year.
Out of that
So wait,
first,
so the bag rats has one?
bag rats would have one.
I'm grabbing one and putting it on my back just in case they vent before we get there.
Smart.
Question: does my helmet already have oxygen?
Your helmet actually does. That is something important to know.
That's what
Everybody
You're,
else,
with your
though,
helmet, you can
is-
survive in the vacuum space for a good half hour.
Plus
Um,
for medical
so,
supplies. So
Here's what's going to happen. We're going to do this like this because step 1, we will fire the weapon. So, Dahina, you will start our rounds by rolling 2d4. Because, again, thankfully, the triple will be there. You don't actually have to try and hit them. You can just kind of fire. The key is you're rolling 2d4. We times it by 10 because you want to be hitting a certain amount of triple blown up to help get the ship through. Once that happens, we will then move to our 2 boys where you're both going to make athletics checks. You're both going to need to be beating DCs of a bare minimum of 17 because this is a tough thing to fly a transport shuttle through a ship. And if we've blown up enough triple, and if we've successfully succeeded our strength checks, all Sal has to do is make a DC 10 piloting check. If not enough triples are blown up, or if the athletics checks don't work, the DC 10 will become first a 13, then a 16, because it's just, there's triple you're going to have to fly through, and oh no, we're mowing down a crew member by accident, like, boom, right? Right, it sounds bad, but it's a possibility. And all this time,
red shirt.
you're going to be making Val,
Who's blue? Oh no.
for Val, you're going to be making medicine checks. You just need 3 successful medicine checks of DC 15 to have everything prepped, like cover your bases.
Okay.
I will let you know, there's going to be, I've done the mental math, there's going to be 7 rounds worth of checks to get to the med bay. Because you can't really go full speed transport because of the corners and turns. That's where a lot of time comes in of, you can get a ways, but then it's that stop, reverse, up in moments. Black Opal, yes.
Should I roll a d20 for the guns just to see if we crit each time?
Yes.
And then if we do, I'll roll the second.
Exactly. Because if there's a crit, then you get to roll the 2d4 again. Ladies and gentlemen, is everyone ready
Let's fly.
to
this
fly?
thing.
You said no more texts, but I think that one's.
I will check it real quick.
It's literally just a silly thingy. It's not
I like
even.
it.
It doesn't affect the story.
I
at
like
all.
it. I'll allow it. Here we go.
That'll
Ladies and
come
gentlemen,
after the 7th round.
these rounds will go fast. The only person that has to worry about waiting is Sal, just for Izzy. Like, you gotta wait until we get everything. These are quick time rounds. Each round's gonna be about 20 seconds, because it is that we are going.
So, sorry.
Okay,
So
so
simplify it.
Dude,
So
I don't
I
blame you.
roll
I've been
this
rolling low
twice.
so
2d4. Actually, would you like another d4? Because then you can just roll
So I'll
both.
get advantage
So,
on everything.
you
And
roll
that's-
2d4.
and do I add anything to that, or is that
It's
Times
just
by
those
2.
times by 2. Because it's your ship's guns
times?
times by 2. The transport doesn't have a big
Oh no,
bonus
I have
number.
to do math quickly.
So it's going to be that times by 2. Basically, you want to be destroying at least 40 tribble, right? You want at least like a 4, shall we say.
Dahina's the only one attacking,
Mhm.
right?
Because then the owl is prepping med supplies. All we need is 3 successes, and then we're good. After
Then
that,
I
Val,
can jump on.
if you want to jump to the secondary
Yeah.
weapons, I will allow that.
Okay, what dice will be needed?
That's going to be the ion railgun. It's a 1d10.
1d10. Okay.
And again, you times by 10. So
Times-
once we
times
get
by 10.
Yeah.
any guns shoot down to surface, we times by 10, because these are made for space battle.
So am I times it by 10?
You roll 2d4 times by 10.
Times by 10.
Yes.
Okay.
You
Just
said
add
times-
a 0 at the end.
Yeah.
I guess that's
Add
an
a
easier way to say
Well,
it.
that's on the die.
So,
you're still gonna add your.
does that make sense for everyone of how
Yeah.
we need to get through
Yep.
the ship?
All right, we're good.
It's a lot. Ready, ladies and gentlemen?
3, 2, 1.
Start your
Thread this
engines.
damn needle.
No, not 20.
50.
50. Go.
Nat 20.
Nat-
On both. Legit, literally both of them.
That is a 19, so that makes it up to a 20.
Excellent. It's a DC 5 dex check.
Okay.
Advantage, and I got two
Makes it.
nat.
Makes it medicine
Medicine 19.
19.
This music.
Excellent. Round 1 done. Let's go.
Do I get anything for getting 2 nat 20s?
Yes, the DC went hard down.
Okay, good.
30. Okay. Not enough triples this time. The nat 20 from last time is going to help as Gibbon starts kicking Tribble off the transport.
Only a 14 for me this time.
Only 14, rough.
That is a 12.
12, oof. It's going to be a DC, currently a DC 15
Would you like to
check.
roll a 15?
That's only a 10.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. You roll a
Port and
15.
roll, Namorum, you
Because he's got
dig
the
your
portals.
heels
Yep.
into the ground, push the shuttle up over these crew members that are running. Ah! They hit the dirt as Namorum boom pushes up. Medicine check.
We did not kill anyone.
Oh, gosh.
19.
19. I believe that's 2 successes.
Yeah.
Here we go. Shooting.
No nat
40.
40. You've killed as many triples needed.
14.
14.
Gosh dang, what the fuck?
Oh no.
You roll. Well, dang it! That ability only helps
Yep.
attacks. Ugh.
Yep. No, what'd you get, Namorum?
It's 11. Oh
11.
my gosh.
This is a
what the
DC
frick?
20. Guidance, okay.
Add a
thank you.
D4.
Guidance, this might help make it only a DC 15.
So do I reroll?
Yeah, add a D4.
Add a
Oh
D4.
gosh. Okay. Oh man.
Sorry, do you need a D4?
No, I got a D4. Oh,
Tribble are
Bring it
Not
on
that
my
one.
coming
Not
in
that
waves now on the ship as you guys are trying to not just
Okay,
push
that's a
around the
+3.
ship. Plus 3, that makes 2 14s, only a DC 15.
Okay.
Can I be
Okay.
using my reaction every
How
time?
much
Just
is
hit
that?
Because whenever they enter my opportunity, I'm just.
Plus 4?
Okay, that's
Should I technically
Would you
be
write-
doing
like, roll
guidance on
That's
everyone?
17.
17,
Okay,
only
that
one
works,
person
that
around.
works, okay.
17, excellent. And
Your
Rules.
medical
I know.
medicine?
Oh, that's actually.
Oh, that's L's. Oh, okay, sorry.
Plus 5, that's 21.
21. Medicine
Okay.
checks, you can hop on the railgun. Here we go. Make your railgun checks. Let's see if any of her crits.
Do you have advantage?
60.
Huh?
Roll with advantage. I'm giving you
70.
commanding rage.
Commanding
for an
rage, roll
attack.
for 70. So 130. As now the railgun is that just ion energy blasting a ring. Here come our athletics checks.
Oh, good, good. Okay, that's an
17.
17.
25. Making a 25.
That is a DC 5 as we have doubled the amount and
That
2
makes it,
6
that's a 18.
18.
Oh, nice.
That makes 4
Oh
rounds.
my
Only
gosh.
3 rounds left. Shoot.
70.
90!
160.
One was a natural.
1 at 20. Go ahead, re-roll yours again. So, alright, 160.
60.
Jeez, 220 tribble. Again, I will say the tribble number has slowly slightly increased as you're just now really shooting down these tribble to make a pathway.
22.
22.
That is 13, so that's a synthetic 20.
Synthetic 20 gets exactly.
Just a 13, natural
DC 10.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna say with that piloting check, that's gonna give 2 rounds that you blast through and realize it's a straightaway. You lay on the gas out and just tribble are becoming snow on the windshield.
That's really
nice.
nice. I'm just like.
Turn the windshield back around.
Boom, boom.
One of the tails gets stuck in, so just.
It's very much just getting whipped around. They're just balls. So you guys watch. We only need 1 more successful round. Here we go.
Don't have eyeball.
Let's go weapons. We got
Nat 20.
another at 20. So
70.
70. Roll yours again, Dahina. So 7, 20, 90,
30.
30. 120.
6.
Natural 20 with a 27.
Nat 20's gonna help bring it. It's only a DC 10, Sal.
The 12.
I would like to roll a 12.
Okay, cool.
That's all you needed as
Bro.
pushing through.
Oh, man.
Namorum and Gibbon running on the hallway, grabbing onto the side, pushing
Oh,
Sal,
this is so awesome.
bringing
Badass.
Tahina
Oh my
and
gosh.
Val. Boom, 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 boom. Blood and fire and fur are just raining around you in a
This is
swirl
That's
of
awesome.
magic.
The agents are just tearing apart anything in the back.
Yeah.
You boom, 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 boom. It has never been done. But in this moment, boom, you are at the med bay. 3
Phase 2.
successful check needed. You see Commander Weston has just finished grabbing the last 2 people onto beds. They weren't on. Are strapped in just.
Who needs to be taken?
I mean, this is it. Go. So she is going to help grab these 2. hands one of these floating beds
Oh, wait,
off
is
to
Weston
you.
the bitch? That was-
Yes.
Guys, I'm just.
Good. You take this patient. I'm on this one. She's gonna hop in as we load up. It's now a tightly packed transport, but again, no chicken. We already passed the medicine.
Okay.
We just
so
needed
that was
at
the only
least
ones
the-
in the med bay.
Only
two.
ones that were needed. Everyone else
Only
could have
one.
been transported.
Can we do a circle and go back the way we came?
That's
I
what it's
mean-
gonna be. Here's the thing now.
Is there a window?
There is no window. The only way out is back.
But you have oxygen inside.
Yeah, we're not in a
You're-
rush.
You're not in a rush.
In reverse?
Outside, we're fine.
What's
so-
going to happen is it's going to be now just Sal. Because getting here was the problem. Getting out,
Your snaps,
there's
they're
no more
constant.
ensigns because of what happened last time. Most other ensigns have been transported off by other ships. It's like you guys just need to get out. Sal,
Can I co-pilot and give help?
Can we
this
just
you're gonna
all
have help
Guidance.
action and guidance.
It's just gonna give help actions all around, you know?
As all of you are packing
But
in,
help
and it's
doesn't
that we
stand.
just need to go out the way we came.
Yeah.
It's kind of basic.
On each check.
Killing the tribbles, that's actually the
Help
easy
gives
part of
advantage,
just shooting
right?
through the tribbles.
Yeah.
It's
Help
more
gives-
just making
gives
sure
advantage.
we're
Guidance
all
is a
safe.
D4.
Advantage and a D4.
So,
You get to roll guidance once or twice.
guidance is once. So you're gonna
Per
roll
turn.
per turn, yes.
Per turn.
So every turn you're gonna roll a d4 and 2d20, taking the higher. I'm gonna let you know. We start at a 10. Every round, we do add 2. Eventually,
Okay.
the DC is going to be 24 to successfully get off the ship because of the sheer number of tribble that have just become
Is-
populating and filling
Are
the
we
ship.
in danger if we don't get off the ship?
Maybe.
If
It's
we
that
keep gunning, will
you
it help?
shouldn't risk staying on the ship, especially if the plan is to cut life support and start venting. That could be very problematic to be aboard when that happens, especially with two fellow crew members
Space
that are
isn't just
currently on what we would call bed rest that are not physically well right now. That's like dangerous, right? Maybe not so much in a physical sense, but in a psychological, mental game of we shouldn't risk it.
Yeah, they're already under duress, so.
Sal, are you ready to make these checks?
Yes, sir.
First one's a DC 10.
Okay, that passes.
Okay, next one is a DC 12.
That passes.
DC 14.
You know, like how
Are the
trucks
guns still
That
going?
passes. Oh,
Yes.
should I be doing
The guns are the easy part because again, technically you're going the way that less triples are. That's
Right.
the
We've
easy
already
part.
blasted them.
Yeah, exactly, right? So
That
like
was awesome.
people would still be on guns doing stuff. So, did you pass the DC 14?
Yes.
Excellent.
That's
That
just
is
such a
10, 12,
funny
14.
image.
Here comes DC 16.
Because one of us can still give you the help action still.
Yeah. Thankfully,
That was 16 exactly.
Oh, wow.
that was round 4. There's only 3 rounds left to get
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
You
Still
have
have
advantage
guidance.
each time.
Still have advantage, still have guidance. Everyone's
guidance.
helping you right now, Sal.
Oh,
Yeah.
Here we go.
Except
DC
Give me an
18.
S.
okay, that one makes it.
2 rounds left. It's a DC 20. And I think I lied earlier. It should technically.
Okay, that one makes it. I rolled an 18, so.
Here we go. This is the last check needed. It's a DC 22 because so much is happening.
That was cocked. That one doesn't make it.
What did you get?
That was a 19. With advantage and. Dex.
Failing by 3, not by 5, is what's going to help you. Meaning, damage will happen to the bag of rats. Thankfully, the bag of rats has 30 hit points.
it scrapes off the decal.
Meaning, even if I were to roll the 2d10 damage needed, you would be fine.
It's still gonna be.
Holy shit.
space-
That was 2 10s. So the bag of rats is now at the third of health of its whole. But as pure tribble just amasses against your inner screen, all of you see this wave of fur coming at you. You hear McTavish just, "Strike team, we're ready. Are you out of the ship yet?"
Vent it.
Venting! You hear Orsa. Venting now, Captain. As Sal, you punch through. Normally, like a rocket ship with cloud burst behind. a bag of rats with bloody triple fur just floating through space by bursts
now you know
out
the way
of the confidence.
Well,
All of
I'm
you
in the ship this
strapped in,
Oh, man.
someone
That's the feeling
screaming,
just
no
like
one's sure what's
signals.
happening, as you see the expanse of space before you, and
Oh, bro.
below you
Music.
is the starbase Yorktown. The confidence behind, immediately within half a second of your leaving, blossoms with fur around it.
Oh, beautiful.
And you watch as what Orson did ignites the shield protective coating, and the fur coating just starts burning as it enters a mini atmosphere of and burns off.
I think I pull out beers and just pass them around to everybody
I take a
in the
picture
cabin.
and yeah.
Everyone, yeah, nice.
Just,
Oh, as a side, I'm blanking on the person's
The
name
whole
again.
thing,
What was it?
last
I don't have my notes on me right now.
yeah.
DM,
As
what was the name of the other medical?
Weston, this is your peer, who's also commander rank, right? Commander Weston.
This is the Bionch at the bar, right? I want to I turn towards Commander Weston.
Gibbon.
I want to
They're
apologize.
supposed to be
Commander.
crunchy.
I misjudged your character.
Can be.
Just keep them alive. She nods though, kind of gives that, but goes immediately back to like checking vital signs. And that's where we're gonna take our break for tonight's session. Thank you all so much, and we'll be back in a moment.
Okay, that was
Excellent. We are back after our little break.
Sorry, I set up a charcuterie board.
The
Why would
following
you apologize?
minutes are rather interesting. Of course, you take the transport down to Yorktown. Count McTavish already in preparation for all the shitstorm has done all the, shall we say, paperwork. So you are cleared to land, finding Atrium A, joining the rest of the crew. As everyone gets a bit of, shall we call, downtime. In this moment, all of you see Black Opal coming up to you. As Black Opal, you have just finished everything from yesterday. You see your crew. They are all alive after the triple incursion.
Oh, so you guys made it.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Wonderful.
Sal just belches.
Yeah. How was it for you guys?
Oh, had some great ideas that saved lives, and yeah.
Way to go.
So-
Proud of you.
Is that not how?
No, I just wasn't expecting this from you after your emotions just got cut off.
It's still logical to congratulate a teammate when they're separated.
Okay. I don't
Or
think
something
logically,
like
so I just never know.
It's customary to greet one's fellow teammate.
As you all kind of breathing in, the rumor mill starts around. Your new science officer brought some trouble to experiment on, and it went awry. And don't worry, Commander Kessel is going to be cleaning the ship himself. Shall we say, in a
How
bit
generous.
of penance. How generous.
He volunteered? Wow, good on him.
In this moment, I will ask, for Black Opal, is there anything you want to bring to the strike team out of either what you learned, what you now know, or even just in questions?
Okay, so I know you read my brain and everything,
I
and
did
saw
not
some
want to
things,
or mean to.
and saw some things that you were going to obviously tell everyone.
I wanted to do with your consent.
Interesting.
Because it was still your brain and your memories. Oh, my pretzel.
New Battle is cool.
That
calm down.
still goes along with. I didn't
You're acting
know.
rat.
It's just a pretzel.
I don't know how Vulcan logic works.
Well,
So yeah, so that's all handled.
excellent. The thing is with Vulcans, often everyone thinks that we think the same. There are many assumptions that Vulcans have the same line of logic. However, for example, say if 3 Vulcans were stranded on a planet and were looking for food to survive, one may suggest to hunt an animal, where others would then logic be like, but at the cost of turning to savagery, would we? Right? Vulcans are much
Vulcans
more...
vegan?
What?
Yes.
I'm referencing a specific episode, and I really hope you got it.
I got it.
Thank you! But it's the thing is Vulcans are very diverse in all thinking, and really logic is what is logical to them.
And does logic really even exist? Because if it's applicable from person to person, then isn't it just opinion?
Process.
That is what I believe.
You guys
That
do
is
a
what
lot
I
of mind
figure.
games to get to a really
1,000 yards
dumb
stare.
place.
Yes.
Anyway,
And again, I grew
yeah,
up with
so,
this. Do you not think I also find this dumb?
Based on what you
Good on you.
saw in my brain,
Oh yeah. He killed
you-
someone.
Okay, cool.
yeah.
And?
See, that was my thought process, and then you were gonna go around and tell people, and then
I mean,
was
is it
just-
relevant?
Not anymore.
Oh, cool.
Well, kind of, but shoot.
He snapped someone's neck at the bar when he blacked out. That
Was
person
it,
in
wait, was it Hilton?
I wish.
Ah, damn it.
No, it was just some
No,
druggie.
it was a cloaked figure who gave him an ID card, and then he promptly snapped their neck.
See, this is what I was afraid of originally, was that this was gonna happen
I'm
around
not giving
the
it
ship.
emotionally.
Exactly.
I
You're-
see.
You have logic where you think this is important to tell everyone because he could compromise people, so you would tell everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No longer important because, McTavish, Is he still nearby?
Comes by. Fucking little.
How much? I know there's a lot that I can't say, but how much is relevant in manner of?
Is Black Opal going to be a danger to us anymore?
Not as much as he normally is, I would say.
And how much percentage is that? On
Because
your-
Like a solid
remember how I
32%
said
less
that
dangerous?
Val went into my brain and saw all of my memories, saw me at the bar,
McTapp's just gonna start thinking about that. Yes,
then-
Sal.
proceeded to tell everyone else.
I did not.
Can I just
Yes, you
insight?
Oh, well, just
On
right now,
Lincoln's
when you were
person,
talking
like-
about it and you started it.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, how dangerous is?
I did not
is
tell
Black Opal
anyone
gonna be
until
for the
you
rest of us?
started
Uh-huh.
the conversation.
And I have hella insight, so.
Yeah, maybe
What
make an
about
insight
me
on
doing anything.
your fellow
You
crewmate.
brought that up.
Because
I was just saying you went
advantage
through
on
my
insight.
memories and saw a thing.
You do.
The tone of your voice implied that you wanted to talk about how you snapped someone's neck instantly.
Yes, because I'm
That's
The
an
way you
natural
add it
20.
instantly to it. Nat 20.
Nat 20 plus 5, so 25.
Sal,
Nice.
you. That 1,000-yard stare,
Mhm.
eyes.
'Cause, like, they were
like
like-
turn into, and you. Synaptic static insight.
His two brain cells hit each other.
Black Opal
Mm.
seems vastly different than before. You know not that this isn't Black Opal, almost as if something has been removed. Or a part of Black Opal that isn't there. Something that was maybe always beneath the surface. But
I
you
go up to
know,
Black Opal, like, not like jab his chest, but I'll like poke his heart. Something's different in there. I was gone for how many days? 2 days.
only about like a week or
I was
time.
gone for a week and you're different.
Yes, that is why I was asking how much I'm able to tell
Oh, did
about.
Right, I'm gonna leave it to your judgment. Just don't go making official reports.
Yeah. Cool.
that'd be too much paperwork?
We wouldn't dream of it, Captain.
More like it could spell doom and death.
Oh, I was
How-
making a joke because I've never filed a report.
I thought you understood
know how
that
to spell
humor.
doom?
Right, we're gonna have to talk about that.
D-U-M-E.
I go, Captain
D-O-A.
McTavish, for every report he has not filed, I took a copy of paperwork.
Right, I don't care about your paper. That's something that's just gonna have to happen with Starfleet itself. But just maybe file
See, I
something.
don't know why I'm playing
Okay.
Cell so dumb, because his intelligence isn't bad. But
It's just more. It sounds very
That's
blunt.
fine.
Of like this.
see, like, my charisma's my lowest score, technically, but
Yeah.
still
Oh my gosh,
somehow
you're our
got laid
Drax.
at that bar.
Yeah.
Sal is our Drax, guys.
Yeah.
If you don't want to tell us anything, you don't have to tell us.
Of course.
But we are.
I can.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
You
what's
tell
up?
us when you are ready.
Are you ready now?
relatively, yeah.
I toss you a rat.
I'm still not going to eat one.
So you are so full in. No,
I
don't waste
appreciate
that.
the
This
offer.
is easy, actually. I am so full, and yet I am eating another marshmallow.
Yeah, right.
I was
good
mid
rat.
roleplay, so I didn't stop you, even though I was given the task to.
Please, everyone, just don't let me eat anymore.
If you see Izzy getting up to get more snacks,
Just
No.
spray bottle.
they're
No,
not.
Sal, no.
chicken soda. So, basically, let's start at the bar. I murdered some random druggie who gave me. Oh, get me up real quick, and then I'll explain. Yeah, you're gonna appreciate the fact that you did that because I'm the one who got him off the ship.
Radical.
Yeah, Hilton.
Oh, yeah?
Tapper! The one who's not
Wait,
sweet
wait.
tap.
I need to give you a real one now that I know what it's for.
Now I know what you did.
Yeah, so apparently my mom was secretly living inside my consciousness and using me as a. I'm gonna sneak out and do crazy batshit stuff. And you're gonna be blacked out, but yeah, so my mom cock blocked me real quick, so that's a thing that happened.
Bummer. Ruby, right?
Yeah, I was gonna.
Have you talked to her yet?
No, I thought she
I
roofied me.
understood that rubies and often gems are logical as well. If you explain the situation, I'm sure the ruby will understand.
I don't think Ruby is a logical gem.
Rubies are hard-headed.
Oh, never mind.
Only certain
It was
gems
just some
are
words, just like
strictly logical, and that's only at first. Anyway, so I killed the random drug addict who had the key card because my mom took over my brain. Then that's why you short-circuited, was because my mom mentally and psychically destroyed you
Oh!
when you pried too far.
I did not mean to pry.
Oh no, that's
I'm just a Vulcan. That's the end of my sentence. I don't know why I ended it with an up inflection.
Yeah, but
Vulcans are often very sensitive to mind things.
yeah, so
you're good.
you were in my brain. Mom had a defense tactic. Anybody who tries anything like that is meant to die. So you were meant to be murdered. But we saved you.
Thank you.
Then, let's see. Q was able to notice it, just didn't feel like telling us. Then
Didn't care.
Then everything else happened. No more incursions of my mom taking over that we know of. Then Alice Shaw, who was trying to help me figure out if I was roofied or not, went to probe my brain with psychic stuff, and then triggered my mother's defense response. But since the person was outside of my body instead of inside of my body, I shot her in the stomach twice. She is alive. Not me. My mom took over my brain, so I was
Is she one of the people on the
unconscious.
beds?
No.
Not now.
Okay.
She was at one point before you guys got there.
She was healed up pretty quickly. Then some apparently horrifying things happened with the Muppet.
What happened to my superior officer?
Nothing. That's not my business to tell you.
I'll ask for myself.
Then that is also not something that you should ask because it is not pertinent. It was a personal thing that they did to help save me. But yes. So
Did she just become a hand for a minute? Like takes off.
Basically.
so something happened. Then my mother became conscious, had a conversation with everybody. Was like, y'all are messing with my business. Step off. And then they used some bugs to separate our consciousnesses, get us to answer a bunch of questions, and then because the questions got answered, my mom was like, "You fools, you have doomed yourselves," and then killed herself or her consciousness.
Oh.
So yeah, now I'm just myself in my body instead of two people in my body. Is that everything?
There's a very specific thing that you
Oh.
might want to mention.
There was another thing that was inside of me that they thought was the cause. There was a parasite inside of me that we killed and took out of my throat, which they thought was the original cause of me freaking out and killing everything. But then somebody stole it while we were escaping the ship because of the tribbles. Somebody stole it and disposed of it, and we don't know who it was because
Like you know it's dead?
it was dead for sure.
Shipwide
but
scan shows
somebody got rid of it. Would Black Opal know that a commander is mole? I would not say that, though.
Okay.
I would keep that to myself because
Just in case.
there are two people commander rank.
Currently in this group, there are two.
Is Sa'al considered, or
Technically, Sal is a lieutenant, like
Gotcha.
senior, still senior officer, but
so
not.
I wouldn't say that because though I do trust the These guys, I still am not sure.
The mole had to have been someone with a commander level access or higher.
So there is still a mole on board, but a different one than me, or I was their assistant.
There is a
sorts.
name that was mentioned yesterday that I don't know if you remember.
The pilot
Is
girl.
it Lily Harper?
Lily Turner
Turner, sorry.
is
Yeah.
under scrutiny. I'm going to just text so that you can say it. Because this, when you say it, there will be a couple people here that knows what that means.
I was trying not to bring that up
Oh, okay.
because of the fact that I think that was the most confidential thing that shouldn't be said, lest it spell doom for other people.
Fair.
What kind of doom?
Okay.
Oh no, I'm joking.
Yeah, but there were some other things, but it's kind of if you know, you risk death quite soon thing. And that was the thing that I think I signed an NDA for.
They had you sign an NDA.
Well, I don't need to know. I'm okay being alive.
Cool. Sector 31.
Y'all good, Greenie? What's up?
Sorry, if I'm doomed,
That's
I have
not
to doom
Vegeta.
everyone
I
else.
You
know.
don't know shit. That's me.
What? Who? I would say all of you passive history. Sector 31 is a bit of a myth.
It's like Area 51.
That's
It's
what
the
I was about
idea
to ask,
of
actually.
a popular rumor that gets passed around of, oh, top brass get sent to Sector 31. The deep state of Starfleet. They help run and do the things that no one wants to talk about.
So one part of the government that's not run by lizard
So,
people.
Gestapo.
I'm sure there's
Everybody
Gordon.
wants to
So,
no,
wait.
you commonly know that we all, you guys run everything.
I'm just like,
The Gordon don't run it. Yeah, some dude in the background. What?
I'm just gonna be like, just kidding. They don't actually exist.
Lizards don't sweat themselves.
She's just hot in this atrium? Oh, man.
Gotta
Well,
go ask.
As long as you're not going to do anything else that puts us in danger.
Yeah, so I am no
Glad
longer a double spy, secret murderer person
Radical.
that I know of.
Fucking radical.
There was that other parasite, so we do need to start looking for a mole. We do know that somebody on board stole that parasite mid-chaos from the head scientist guy.
And it's easy enough to infer. Whoever gave that random junkie the key card, that black opal, or Onyx, his mother, took, very well should be one and the same. As the only people in the combat that night were your crew, and only someone on board the ship could have, within the span of 5 minutes, disposed of a dead parasite's body.
So, there's all that.
So we safely know it is none of us here.
Yeah.
Correct?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, were you all
none of
accounted
us
for?
none of us disposed of the parasite because we were all together for that. As far as
I was not, but I was with the bridge.
Right.
and why would you have told us about it if it was you?
Exactly.
You could have just it never would have been known by any of us if it was you. You know.
I'm gonna be really evil and plant a seed, unless it's more than one.
More than one parasite.
More than one person.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. Is we're
'Cause-
definitely we weren't the ones that disposed of the mole. Doesn't mean that it's automatically nobody's.
Exactly.
Is one of our other groups an entire mole group?
That would be.
That would be so
wild.
insane. Anytime that there's not a
That
guest
would
star,
roll.
it's like
We all
Don't
just
give 'em ideas.
listen, we film 2 a day just to like throw you off. No, that'd be wild.
It's just as like this other group just starts walking and it's like,
Pull out a gun. You
Okay.
know too much, Lincoln.
It's just like, okay, we meant
But
to
all
keep
of you
moving.
have at least that moment of, while yes, we had just come back from a mission, and we were all fairly occupied. It doesn't perfectly negate the idea of, especially if we're going to start throwing around the word Sector 31, of multiple people being involved.
So,
Oh
yeah.
no. Oh no. I just had a thought that I'm not gonna vocalize to the team, but oh no, because Commander what's his bucket? Where's his name? I wrote it down.
Oh, was it
somewhere.
one of the ones that was having that argument?
Yeah, well, it's not Shaw. Well, they could both be in on it, but if one of them is like pushing forward and involved, it's Admiral Noble. Because he was the one who was like, after Jumbo's funeral, was like,
Right.
we'll keep going. Like this,
A
we're not
couple
shutting it
people
down.
overheard that
So,
from various groups, yeah.
But you were the one who had the nat 20 who heard
Yeah.
everything
You
Yeah.
heard everything.
in the hallway.
Which,
man,
yeah. Essentially, just for the sake of not hiding things from party members, essentially it's just Shaw was like, this is a mistake, we need to shut down the program. Like, it's not going to work. And Admiral Noble was like, well, that's my call, and we're gonna keep going. That's essentially all that happened that was important in that conversation.
Then, Pointe, the question that I feel like we need to all ask ourselves is then why? Why are they wanting us to be attacked almost on the daily?
I don't think it's a want. I think it just kind of happens. It's just, I mean, if you
No, I
it's
understand,
some
but the
of
fact
them.
that we have had so many attacks on us in
well,
such a short span of time.
yeah, we did have the pirates, and
Uh-huh.
then Pirates Part 2?
Electric
No,
Boogaloo.
actually, funny thing, they didn't even know. They thought that we followed them to the planet, but like we were just there for first contact. Like it was fully,
Just irony.
yeah. But like they came up and they were like, "You followed us here to our hideout," and I was like, "Shit, this is your hideout?" Like, it was-
Wait,
yeah,
hey, we know your sister's hideout, but they probably moved.
Yo, yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really
Never mind.
funny. So
There's a fan page
to
of your
Ayla was
sister.
like, she had the gun to my back, but she was the one taken by surprise. You know?
I don't need to see it. Thank you.
Ale?
I thought it was funny because in the
I don't
description,
need to see
So,
it. Thank you.
August, just a question. So was that what kind of pissed off Shaw when they were talking
it just-
about that? Because I knew,
it's
like, in
information
our
I think we
last...
should.
It was a couple sessions
Yeah.
ago. He is, like, walking
You
around, like,
saw
damn
it.
it, that's not the point.
That was the same. Every
That's
group,
what I
again,
thought.
it was kind of public at a funeral viewing to have that
Everybody
talked.
argument.
Different parts of
definitely
said
Mhm.
argument.
People may have gotten different parts
Somewhat
depending on
from
where they were
confidence.
at the party. You know, again, like when you stand next to your friends, it's like, well, we were at the snack line and saw this.
The
Well, I was
party.
at the like tomb and I saw like,
The funeral party.
The party.
The dead
so.
Oh, we
I
got
will say-
high and went to the aquarium.
All-
Funeral party. That's
yeah,
such a
right.
good
Yeah.
song. I love that song.
Um, all of you would
Because we
know
got
then,
high,
yeah,
we probably
whatever
missed
conversation
something.
went down between Fleet Admiral Noble and Admiral Shaw may be very well related. But I will say,
Snack time for snack.
what a bold thing to talk about in public.
Us?
For Shaw Noble is
Oh, I thought you were meaning us, and I was like, I thought we were kind of
yeah.
secluded.
No, yeah, you guys. It's easy enough to be like,
Yeah.
let's go talk. Shaw Noble. Again, Sector 31 is a myth and a rumor thrown around to inspire people to do better, or maybe put people in line. Like you never know if they're watching. To like talk about that at a funeral would be a lot, especially since I will say for you and all of you, you know, the program must be referring to just you guys as a whole. A ship completely crewed by what we would call first-year officers has never really been done,
Yeah.
but it would align very strangely with why does Admiral Noble want you guys to continue, Admiral Shaw wants you to stop, and what else could be happening.
Yeah, so don't ever repeat the fact that I just said, aka that it's not fake and it is actually a real place. Because you will, in fact.
Do you want to make me an insight check real quick on the information that's been given?
Can I help him? Because I have that good
I don't know, these
insight.
pretzels are like crack.
They're
Yeah,
so
they're
good.
so good.
So
Wow,
good.
yeah.
They're
Hard
very
cut
good.
out of campaign. Pretzels, man. Like,
There's
soft pretzels, hard pretzels, salt, cinnamon.
So is it just +3?
this brand.
No,
This
it's
Or-
an advantage.
help
Whatever
actually.
brand it is,
Sal
'cause I don't
always
think
has
it's the same
advantage,
brand.
and so Sal can help give some of this.
A
natural
certain
insight.
gluten-free
Whatever
pretzel
brand.
brand, whatever that brand may be, is crack.
That is a 19.
And we crush them
19.
up. They are the best breadcrumbs, like to put on like top of like
Namora.
mac and cheese and
Yep.
stuff like that. So good.
Everything being said, something is clicking in your mind from something you viewed. You have had a very specific role, shall we say, in being around. You have been serving with people. You know, again, part of your program being from the Imperium, they want you to kind of join this. How we explain your guest star is they want you to be like, we really want you to get to know us, be very open. You've been privy to things that are terrifying in nature.
Yeah, 10,000 years of experience.
So I'm gonna float something by you in your 10,000 years of experience. Sector 31, some sort of deeper covert ops group with maybe not constant attacking, but there's been constant action.
From
Everything,
them. Okay.
but to your ship. Things feel rather specific, don't they? And this is where I'm gonna look you in the eyes, Nathan,
Okay.
because I know
just
you're
random.
good. Yeah. Right. No,
He's like, no, you won't.
no.
Yeah.
What could possibly be so important to cause all of this? If there's a mole on the ship, if something's happening, what do you know that could possibly be behind all this or cause all of this? Do you think you know? Maybe in some part?
Well, I think it's all because Imperium and Starfleet relationships have always been very strained.
Yeah.
And also because we're aware that Starfleet is weak.
Or to the extent of they're not
They're
the
not at,
powerhouse that they've
Yeah.
been for a while.
They're spread out,
Mhm.
and everyone knows that, like, no matter how good they are, there's still people that are being ignored.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the separatist, the republic kind of like thing.
Very much a good
So,
comparison.
Yeah. Out of universe, but you know.
That old movie. Yeah.
Or show. I think it's also because I know stuff.
And I will say, Sal, being your very insightful self, you see the thought process going on behind us. No more
Under my helmet.
Under the helmet, yeah. But it's like
that's pretty impressive.
being someone who, what's the word I want to use? Being a very patient lizard folk, being very one track mind is not a bad thing. It's very good actually to say like I can work through problem. Nemorum, this 9 foot tall warrior dude, looks rather pensive, as if he's thinking of something. You can do with that what you will.
Go up and poke his chest.
Poke Nemorum. You have to reach a little bit higher, but yeah, you poke Nemorum in the chest.
I'm just gonna be like,
What's wrong?
do not touch.
Me immediately.
All 4 arms.
It's just like immediately like,
Nope.
stop.
Nope.
Almost like in one of those scenes, it's just like you and you see one from Tahina, one from Gibbon,
Everyone
and just
May I
pulls-
remind you, I can
pensive one
opportunity
from
attack
the
you all.
house.
I can link
Come into my
attack you
range.
all. So
Yeah,
please stop.
you know, in that
Actually.
comedy of just
Only when we enter. If we're already in your reach, you can't do this.
We were already here.
Jetpack.
Nightmare!
Oh man.
Why is this supposed to imply that Nemorum is autistically coded? Like, what, is that what Alice implied?
Just don't like touching.
Yeah, well,
Do not touch me without my permission, please.
Please.
Is there something going on here? Sal? What's up with our big boy? What's going on with the Tin Man?
Large man looks concerned.
As we all should be. I just signed your death warrant.
Oh, who cares?
Yeah,
Sal was
I
just
don't
eating
care
rats. Sal was munching.
Oh, by the way,
Not a
I
thought
opened my
behind those
bag.
Beautiful eyes.
You off in the back.
there are 2 chinchillas and 2 guinea pigs. These no, not yet. They're gonna make more.
There's 2 chinchillas and 3 guinea pigs.
Okay,
Good.
there's
Okay, big.
Aren't you like full?
Yeah, it's gross.
Enough
But
room
they're
for a
a
baby.
delicacy.
August,
They will be making more.
If you don't mind, I will.
Yes, you may text me to confirm some. It's if information to be shared, but making sure the consolidation of
So
thought.
Yes,
delicacies on hand now.
All of you have now become aware of this information. A lot's going on, and especially to say something as far back as Hilton, the dude that Gibbon was nut tapping or sack tapping every 2 minutes as the bit, and suddenly that dude's security code is a part of a mole somehow on the ship, and there might be more than one, especially since Black Opal apparently had something going on up there.
I was part of it. Not anymore. Because Mama is dead. Yeah, I still don't know how to feel about that.
So maybe it's a good thing that Sal came and hung out with me after we went to the Comet Chaser that night.
Yeah.
Because if your mom would have ran into Sal, things might have gone poorly.
True.
Instead, we just played shoots and ladders. That was great.
Yes, we all went.
It would have been embarrassing to die in a loincloth.
I look at and you're like still. I just for some reason in my head I just imagine Sal wearing a loincloth but with the Starfleet logo on it.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course.
Oh
This
Wait, on the
Wait, hold on.
Just on the mud.
Oh, yeah, no, welcome to our
on the
antics.
mud flap. Oh my gosh.
Never mind.
I was like, I'm curious now though.
Because I remember we discussed whether Sal had an innie or an outie because he's a lizard.
It was an
Oh
innie.
yeah,
It was an
It
innie.
was an innie. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
an innie that hides an outie,
Yes.
as most lizards are.
That's
So
the
Namor,
best.
what's up, bud?
D12,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. How would you like to
Oh,
approach this more?
Okay. Well, first I'm just gonna hide this real quick, but yeah.
You're good, yeah.
Okay. There is something strange about these recent attacks. They seemed too coordinated, that they had been planned out.
Including the Q attack
Gibbon,
incursion.
you
Wait.
just happened to find the pirates, right? And then a Q incursion.
Because almost every single one of them has had a Starlight Fleet uniform. With the poor insectoids, with the pirates on the planet we visited, and
Starbase.
yeah,
Starbase that you guys
Starbase
took
with our
care of.
fungal attack
yeah, that creep.
and
Gosh.
Everything, I'll use the word then I sent you, feels very planned, doesn't it? But that'd be wild, even for a deep state sector to plan out that hard.
And why would they target us?
Exactly.
or
I think they're
are
using
we
us as a cleanup for their shit that they don't want to happen anymore.
are we just going around cleaning up their messes, or are we
Or are they pinning them on us?
a little rat in a maze?
Red.
Can I, wherever we're at?
I'll say it's
Hitting-
Where are we at?
Yorktown again. It's you've been given that shore leave in Yorktown of hey, we gotta go clean triple gut, go take a night out on the town. Literally,
So like we're at a bar, and so like so Al kind of like starts tracing whatever like wood and table. It's like we're a petri dish. But thank you, random voice. We are a petri dish.
Oh.
For someone.
Like the old dinosaur from the TV show.
that's what you get from this from the dinosaurs.
And then there's just
I want to let y'all know that Al would not mispronounce that, but Eleanor's a bit dumb.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Sorry.
Oh man.
Give Eleanor a little bit of
No.
grace.
That
can
was
we,
perfect, though.
Before
Oh
we
my
can
gosh.
talk about anything else, and I'm not suggesting anything
We're an experiment.
uncouth, can we go find the shadiest part of this like again like there listen, there is nowhere in any city that is more private than the seediest places where people don't want to be seen.
Let's go get a hooker.
Granted,
And with
Like-
that, the elf stands
Yeah.
So full right. Yes. This
So
is
it's just like
if we're
there's a
gonna be-
tail sticking out.
Also,
Yeah.
if everything is planned, what are we doing here?
Oh my gosh. Here's what we
What's
should
Hey,
happening?
Black Opal, what are you doing in Yorktown? What are you guys doing in Yorktown right now?
do. I
Having
kind of imagine we're like
free
in a
reign to do
cafeteria,
whatever
like
we
literally
want
just like
Yeah,
sitting
why? Why did that happen?
because of me.
Not
But
necessarily.
because of the Tribble, who were
hmm
holy shit, guys. The
He's
Tribble
small.
were approved by a higher up to be
We
Is
just
that
on
found out
accessible
what higher up
information?
approved the tribble. I immediately stopped.
Captain McTavish?
No,
Higher than him.
it wasn't him.
Tavish didn't
It was
know.
a
Hey.
full admiral.
Can I make an insight check on my aunt?
Why? Val? You want to tell me why?
No reason.
Make an insight check.
Can I make an insight
Oh,
check on
Are you okay?
Golly in the
the
heck.
man that you
Golly.
told me about in the hall? Was that... I don't remember his name.
That was Fleet Admiral Noble.
Yes, can I make an insight check on
That was Hank Noble. Yeah, yeah.
That
Hank?
was
Hank Noble, Tamu.
that was the
Vulcan.
one who said keep the plan going.
Yeah.
But
Shit, are we gonna have to... Is the Baggarats gonna have to go full non-compliance and just be like...
Oh, wouldn't
That
be
is a
fun?
synth 20.
Nice.
That's a natural 20 on Admiral Noble.
Excellent.
So
I'll
plus
give you
my,
both something. Ready?
So and this is
I
not
also
me
wanted to
looking
cite that
as
a,
a DM. This is not me looking as her niece, but this is me
Yeah,
looking
as
objectively.
an
what
officer.
does the paper say?
that's a
Sim-
20.
And that's a
Nat
25
21.
total.
Oh,
and I'm on my
nice.
For
8th
Admiral
drink.
Glot, glot.
He still does.
Oh, I haven't drunk it.
Yeah.
The nat 20. We're gonna start with the nat 20. Work our way down. On the nat 20, Fleet Admiral Noble does not handle that fine of detail.
Gosh, my nails are so bad.
The nat 20 is good to know of whatever. Again, what we have talked about Fleet Admiral, what you know. That's so oddly specific. You would know that that's probably not the case. On a synth 20, Admiral Tamu, this Vulcan, that is highly illogical, but I will say, Val, also probable. But on the 21, Nemorum, I'll say you use the insight in what we'll call the common knowledge for beating the 20 by 21.
Yeah.
If you can find the record of who approved it, because it has to be recorded somewhere.
I did just a general insight too and got a 24,
24.
which might give
On a 24 insight,
a teeny bit more. For just like
this
maybe what
all
we could be
seems
doing
planned.
here.
I'm going to give you on 24. Why Yorktown? Isn't that the starbase that's on the way? Remember, Captain McTavish said this was a while back that we were heading towards the neutral zone to start investigating a Vulcan warlord.
Klingon.
Klingon.
I was gonna say, did I miss
A
something?
Klingon
Hey!
warlord. That you
Wait a
guys
minute.
You will
stopped
die.
at
It is only
Vulcan
logical.
on the way, that everything has been on the way because of these main objectives. And yet, it feels rather planned.
Was we were the only ones on Vulcan, right?
Were you?
From the Confidence, we were the only ones who were down for our objective. If anybody else came down, it was for something else. But we were the reason we detoured. So if somebody else came down, it would have meant they're probably involved with something, because there would have been no reason for anybody else to go planetside.
Unless...
Because Q was able to swap minds, was able to put the Vulcan inside of me,
Yeah.
was able to have the
Oh,
But why would
that's...
Q work with anybody?
Q wouldn't work
because-
with anyone.
Yeah, he wouldn't cooperate with
See,
anybody.
but he
Nathan.
cooperated
Because
with
well, it's because he's
Nathan.
He's chaos itself.
Q
So-
doesn't work with anyone. So how would they know that a Vulcan was going to be inside the mind of a gem? How would anyone know?
Are there people in the Imperium who can see the future?
Are we the
Well,
only
there's
ones? Are we the
those
only
that
ones
are
with
known
clearance to
as
our ship?
psychers, and
I just want to make like
Yeah,
a
there's psychic.
I'll say
abilities.
this club that you found yourselves into, it's the finding the quiet, seedy part. Morum. Gibbon may have hit on something there. Seeing the future.
Because from that point, they already had the agent in me, who was able to psychically attack you, which was able to set you into the reason we needed to go to Vulcan for someone to stop at Vulcan. To then
I want to look at the
get,
logs and see if anybody else went to Vulcan.
to then get a tribble, to then have us stop here. So there's something here that.
Are we thinking that your mom was involved in whatever this is?
Oh yeah, like that was
100%
100% certain.
Then could
I was the reason that
Okay.
Hilton
right.
got offed, not offed, but
Then
Well, yeah.
and
could we mind meld into your mind to try to find out
I
what
will
she...
break your hand.
Alrighty.
So first of all, no one's gonna be like, this is understandable, but I may have another idea. So when we were last investigating, and it was which planet? It was not Nithog. It was
Ratataskir.
Ratataskir.
Out of the 3 planets,
Yeah.
when you all were, there was a 3 planet. When you guys were at Vulcan, the ship stopped at Nidhogg, Ratataskir, and Venfolnir. These sister trio planets that all have the same system together.
Oh, but we also stopped at the casino planet before
Well, that was
too.
way.
Yes,
Yeah.
but we've been on a track since
We also went to Alkali.
started. We've been on a track since I killed
why would
someone.
the Gem Hajar go for an admiral of Starfleet?
No, but before that too, we stopped there twice. Or
What? Yeah. Man, this all is rather planned.
Anyway,
Scheiße.
when
I
we visited the
do-
planet of Ratatoska,
Yes.
the planet had been mined of pure tritanium. And pure tritanium is split. It is possible to time travel. There was a ship circling that planet filled with bugs. A ship that was 1,000 years old.
What
And
the?
they were told of us by a Starfleet admiral, but the admiral was wearing a uniform that was 30 years old. This is way before Starfleet existed.
Shade those things.
What the bridge crew redacted, but Namorum, as
Because I don't care.
you're not even a member of Starfleet technically.
No.
Ratatotskir and Venmjolfinir, these 2 planets that an insectoid race was told their planet was dying, has now been mined through. The planet was rich with pure tritanium, what is used very commonly in an alloy form for a lot of ship parts. But what Namorum can explain, what the bridge crew found, in a very controlled way, when Commander Orson was able to split tritanium, he relived the entire events of the previous day. Kind of messed with his circuits.
That if someone was
I know
capable
already.
of doing this, thousands of planets have been destroyed to create this. Like
That
literally, the
information's
cost
all
of
been
time
redacted, so
travel.
Opal doesn't know it.
But yeah, because the
But
cost,
Shane knows it.
the cost of time travel with this cost the planet.
A single
That is the
ounce
cost of time
barely
travel.
got one android 8 hours back.
But
Imagine what a planet's worth of this material could do.
So the question is then, who's mining?
And for you, wondering, it wasn't totally pure tritanium. There was something
was
that,
it pure?
well, I should say, something that was able to find is normal tritanium, yes, is like we use it in an alloy substance. It's 24 times harder than diamond. And yet, the stuff that was found was a tritanium, but it looked a little bit different. But what we would call closest to the element of tritanium. Important note.
So
So
Sliders?
there.
Yeah, droid comes. You guys want some food?
Yes.
Got some sliders for you.
Yeah,
From
and
who?
We'll have a lot.
For purchase.
Oh,
We'll have a lot.
Excellent. Shall we charge your ship?
absolutely.
Just got it.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's like-
What?
on
We're
the
getting
robot.
sliders.
That's
I
not
wanna-
terribly.
I want an insight on that.
We'll just say we
Yeah.
found a hole in the wall
can
restaurant.
I help?
That is a 22.
22.
I go to a brothel every
This is
single
the
time.
droid's. This is its duty.
No, I wanted the static
Oh.
thing. Was it just hacked? Is
It was
planted?
not hacked. I will let you
Is it
know.
just-
That was a bit of my
Is
flavoring.
it just
of-
like a technical like?
This is
We're
a
in a
CD
shitty
rundown
little wall,
droid
yeah.
that's probably been like kicked, have beer thrown at it, like stabbed, like
Kinda like
Can there
how
still be
bot- what
a
was it?
knife in
I-
it's the equivalent of if some like poor grizzled like diner employee went, "What you eating, sweetheart?" and like
Can
spat
he
in a
still-
bucket, right?
Can he still have a knife in him?
Oh yeah, this droid has like a knife in the like eye socket right there, but it's just that like I will get the chef on it.
Can you get some shots as well?
Yes.
Can you put chocolate in it?
Chocolate,
Oh,
sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and say you're not allowed to do that. Order.
Interesting information.
Using
So-
your rank to command my personal life.
You're not on personal time right now.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, because you just ordered the sliders for the ship, you
Well, so
That's L. Sorry.
I do have an idea.
Let's hear it.
We've had some pretty crazy ideas.
So-
yeah.
No one else is going in my brain ever again. I will physically fight anyone who tries.
Okay.
I will break bones. But
Isn't the way the gems connect with each other is if
your brain cells are gonna do a little thought. Sal, you had a mission.
Did
Who ordered that mission?
McTavish?
Wasn't McTavish.
Insight.
Go ahead and make an insight. Actually, we'll call this investigation.
Or history.
but
Not history yet.
I'm gonna go into my own mind.
Okay.
Felt that.
Switch me spots on the bar. Is it like so you're like on the inside of the
Yeah.
bar, so I'm able to be like
I'm gonna go inside myself and try and draw that out.
that does not
That
sound.
was a synthetic 20.
Yeah, I was gonna say inside. So.
Ayo?
This was a general Starfleet order. McTavish was the messenger.
Mm.
Sal, how fucking convenient that you were gone right before minds swapped and you all went to Vulcan. Can you imagine how much easier it would have been to have big old Gorn? Because remember, all that Q stuff, that was intense. Having Sal's body would have really helped in some of the stuff you went through. Can you imagine also having to like fight through Val's inner conscious with Sal? That would have been awesome. That would have been so easy. You just eat the shadows in there, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Chomp.
No thoughts. So,
Just
finding
no
your
thought-
consciousness.
How easy it would have been to have Sal here. How terrifyingly planned.
How terrifying
is
we
it-
planned that.
so
Your
and how
order,
is-
Sal, was a general order from the Starfleet admirals. There was no name attached, meaning you might have to look into somehow, somewhere, who gave that order. So we'll go 1, 2, and then yes, we'll start figuring out how to get into your mind, Black Opal.
Because that's gonna lead into
Gibbon.
So General Mawero showed us experimental I mean I didn't mean to, but he had his tactical holograms that if we're not supposed to know about them, may be affiliated with, you know.
yeah. And
And
he seemed to know quite well about this fungus
All the shit that was going
that
on.
was happening.
He didn't seem worried about it in the slightest.
He did not care about the civilians and the bomb. He did not care about leaving anyone alive to remember anything that happened there. Knew about the fungus, did not care.
Yeah.
So I think he knew about everything that
I'm
was
just-
going down there.
If we're needing to look at if we're thinking of a corrupt or ulterior motived admiral, I think he might be.
I think he's
could
in
be
there,
also-
but I don't think he's it.
What is the term? The Earth term I'm looking for. A red herring. I think he
I
might be a distraction.
I think he's
Or he could
up there,
be-
but he's not the one we're looking
I don't think
for.
he's the ringleader.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, not the ringleader for sure,
The
but
admiral that we performed surgery on.
an
The Jen
in
had out-
Oh, what was his
Yeah.
name?
Moero.
Dumbass.
Mawero, Mawero. Very phonetically spelled.
So that's my thought. Is just might be somebody worth remembering.
Do you reveal that tomorrow?
No, I don't.
Okay!
No.
Guys, why can't we just talk to each other?
Oh no! This is bad.
I rolled a
You gotta
12
understand,
insight
my
on you.
character is very secretive, so.
I know.
And please, big brother. Oh, by the
It's
way,
him!
I don't know if you've spoken with Alice Shaw, but apparently, I'm like you. So we can
Part
talk
of his
about it later.
DNA is of your race.
You don't know that.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
I told
I
you
was
guys.
there.
Actually,
I told you guys jack
hold
shit.
on.
I was physically
Unfortunately,
there for that, but I
Alice's
would
stuff,
not.
her blood study
Guess
stuff,
what? I'm your
becomes
superior
ship record.
officer.
I'm gonna make a pure luck check to
You're my
see if
superior
Val would
officer?
No,
have
I'm
like.
her superior officer.
Exactly,
She doesn't
that's-
have to
Question.
track it to you though.
Could I have had a moment to ask Alice if I could have had those samples?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because you guys had that. Yeah.
Like, them physically.
And I'm gonna say,
No.
unfortunately, on a 3, Val, you've yet to see them, but you could have asked for them, and
So,
I'll say for now,
I-
yes.
I want to do something that's
I
going to
do
be
want to say, if
interesting.
you're asking for those,
I
my
am going to take those
Okay.
and delete the file.
Interesting.
This is very important and secretive information. Like, this is the CIA of the Imperium. You do not simply just take secretive genetic stuff
Mhm.
about a possible custodes, which are basically the guardians of the Emperor himself.
Can you
That is
imagine
a
what it would
big
be? It's
no-no.
like, hey, you want to see the public HIV files of the current FBI director? That would be kind of like invasive to a whole new level to members of the Imperium.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll
And
say,
it was for a personal
Yeah.
thing. It wasn't
Even
ship
so,
required.
like, to him,
Um,
that is
No, but I'm
that
just
is
saying
like
as far
stealing
as, like,
technology.
yeah.
to
Yeah.
him, So,
I
yeah.
was there for the
But I understand
conversation,
that,
but I'm just like, man, I'm glad he's not taller than me, because that'd be,
great. Very glad.
That's
So-
my only thought on this subject.
But with what you're saying, interesting. Do you know who your parents were?
Jack shit, brother. I don't even really know what planet I was on when Starfleet showed up. So
I want to make this a technology check, if you don't
Yeah.
mind. I will ask for a spear, because every single one of the Custodes weapon is specific to the Custodes.
Yeah, it is.
I don't.
So that is a 23.
I will let you look at it with the blanket promise of no matter what shit you find, I get it back.
This.
I'm not going to say anything to that.
You don't get to look
So-
at it.
No, like, the
I
thing
mean,
is,
you
it's
do,
just
yeah.
like,
You can visually look at it, but I'm not handing
You
it
can-
over.
yeah.
What'd you get for the tech check?
That was,
You said 23.
yeah, 23. Thank you.
This belonged, past tense, to Azriel Telbrum.
Okay. The frick did my pencil go? Gosh dang it.
Did you say that out loud?
No.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down,
Okay.
Azrael.
I'm also-
and I'll just make a note that I don't know it, but just that way later. after
Azriel
I-
yeah.
Telbrum.
Okay. Wait.
Azrael.
Oh, I have that name. Bro.
Yeah.
you do.
You know that name.
Find anything?
What do I know specifically? How long ago did he, like, go AWOL?
Azriel? By Earth time, centuries. Is you were already, I won't say transitioning out of the Imperium, but like the process of working with the Federation has been going on for a while.
Yeah.
About maybe a century back, Azriel and Ghiberti left the Imperium.
And when did my Captain General die? That time frame between that. I know he didn't do it.
Yeah.
But he basically abandoned us.
Very soon before. Your timeline is kind of showing whatever is in Gibbon's sphere belonged to Azrael, fellow member of the Imperium, fellow custodians. Azrael and Gibberti, these two left a century ago, or shall we say abandoned post.
Anything cool?
Well, it's both.
It's kind of
So,
meant to be
yeah.
custodian.
Custodian, because custodians
So-
is like guard in Roman. So
Yeah.
yeah. So,
So,
oh gosh. And I'm assuming the axe belonged to Gilberti.
This thing?
I am going to write all this down because
Um,
oh boy.
for the Alan Sal, specifically because we were starting to look at this. I know we're getting into
I sent you a text.
both mine.
And it's a broken axe.
With everything going on, would you guys like to try any checks to find more information about like who sent off your deployment and other stuff about the commanders and tribal stuff? Because it's possible to
I got
start
the name right
finding
here
like
for you, so-
I would be
threads.
looking into that as well.
Mhm.
Also, like,
I know I don't
as
know
I
this
go
yet,
on
but-
the
I'd also be
building
looking
angle.
into the text
Yeah,
I
it's
sent
fine,
you
it's
at the
fine.
very
I'm
end.
just reading.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
You could be
It's a
looking into
liberal.
the.
So that's what I'd say is you could make what's called a tech check to start like not hacking truly, but like let's start maybe pulling some strings, or it could be that you could start finding because Yorktown is a Federation's starbase. You could go somewhere, be like, should we go try to find something to help us out?
Okay, yeah. And I want to
Bruh.
insight on my mission again.
Mhm.
I want to know. Because it's like, why? Yeah, again, why would I be
Exactly.
going on? And I rolled a 19 on insight, but I don't know if you want me to roll insight.
I think 19 is gonna be perfect right now. It
But
kind
plus
of
5, so it's 24.
24. Hell yeah, that
24
beats the
insight.
DC, or the higher DC. Easy stuff, Sal. In the best of ways, you are a bit of a wild card.
Really?
You. What sort of federation would have access to your personal backstory? Slim to none. When you were, shall we say, kicked out, again, when your family kind of watched you go, that's not Federation standard knowledge.
Yeah.
It makes you very alone. It makes you very unique.
Mhm.
When you were asked to leave, there's no way someone could have known that you were that unique. On a 24, someone had to have precognitive ability to ever even start to think of how to keep you off the ship before an interdimensional being swapped minds to stun a Vulcan to start that whole process.
So it's gonna be someone who can read minds.
Or somewhat of bigger power.
Like an extra dimensional being that can swap minds.
Very possible. Because if not that, there's very few options of how to explain what's been going on.
Okay.
Right?
I will relay this to my team
Okay. So Sal kind of relays this whole.
in a very uncharismatic and stupid way.
Yes, no. I like it. But yeah. Yeah, Sal.
So the Al initially thought it was courageous and commendable of her coworker to stay behind in the med bay. But if things we are finding out to be coincidences aren't, so I want to look more into Commander
Cindy Weston?
Weston. Because she's a commander just like me, correct?
Yeah.
Therefore she would have all the abilities necessary to pull up a lot of the things we talked about.
All
I'm
of
not
you would
saying
be
I'm
able
like, this
to.
is the person. I'm just saying like
Well,
I'm
it's-
not keeping a closer eye
Yeah.
on this person.
Commander rank or higher is the only thing that has gotten the level of information for what has specifically happened. But something else, what Sal kind of has told you all, something or someone of greater power did this in the first
Just
place.
for the good of the dice.
There is something happening in Starfleet and something even greater to even begin the domino effect. Val, I need you to make me in the box of doom.
I'm sorry,
The box of doom.
because I also sent you a text. Did you read
Mhm.
it? Oh, good.
Val, you're a Vulcan who has recently just been able to really shut down emotion. There is someone here who is having a lot of emotion. I need you to make me an insight check. Because something is not being said that Val is going to just pick up on that kind of
Okay,
wavelength.
+3.
It's very much the sympathetic pain.
That's how I do it. I turn away. What is it?
I can't tell you.
Please,
Oh my
please.
gosh.
It's a +3 to whatever it is.
It's a +3. Okay.
I won't say anything.
It's a +3
Plus
on
three,
that
okay.
20. No, it's an @1.
No, that's bad.
That's just a natural 20.
We have the exact same dice. That's crazy.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Did you
I was
get
like,
yours
what
from
the-
Cozy Gamer too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they're at the shop. Hey, yo, shout out. Thanks for all the
Shout
dice.
out.
You gave us this.
As if anyone watches.
Val, your brave wavelengths. Emotion gets triggered strongly. Ensign Namorum has been feeling some terrifyingly strong emotion.
It's just rage.
Just right. But that's
Whatever.
implicitly connected, as you know from what Strike Team just had to go through, to inner thought and memory. Literally, again, Val, it's that sympathetic pain. When you get kicked in the shin and you see someone get kicked in the shin the exact same way, you feel that instant connection.
Just multiply this by thousands of years.
On
Yeah.
a natural 20.
Nice.
I lied.
On a natural 20.
Who gave you the order to be on our team
Today.
today?
Oh, today?
Look through your file.
Who did?
Wasn't it McTavish?
McTavish ordered you on.
And who gave him that order?
You don't know.
But there is an order.
Sorry, I
right
There is an
from
order.
the-
All of this
No,
comes
that
down.
was still a good
McTavish, what you're kind of realizing in the nicest way possible, your captain has been puppeted. He's been given orders to follow through as a captain that he has been doing, but it's coming from something.
And he's just blindly.
When McTavish asked Sal to leave the ship on a personal mission, when McTavish asked Namorum to come in, and so Namorum is keeping something underneath. And on a nat 20, I'm gonna say it's two things. It's easy enough to.
Is it a hallway moment?
It's not a hallway.
Oh, guys, I've never had a
Man.
hallway moment.
What's a whole?
Somebody got a
Oh, where we
walk
go
out
in the
to
hallway and have to
hallway
all
and then
that.
it's like
Oh,
I get to tell you
Oh,
in secret.
that
Somebody got
kind
a
of
hallway
hallway
moment
movement.
from
I'm
my
like thinking like.
character.
No,
We're
no. I mean, like, I just want to know secrets.
There is something in his mind. Two things Namorum has not said.
And what about that?
On the nat 20, you get the strong impression Namorum knows something deeply about Gibbon and something deeply about the whole of the situation.
How do you pronounce his name again?
Namorum.
Namorum. I understand you are not a member of Starfleet, and therefore you do not have to answer any of the questions I ask. However, do you know the nature of Vulcans?
Do I?
Very
I know
nauseous.
character meat, not character.
No,
Player meat is just like.
Nathan knows, but you-
Other than like, you don't feel emotions and you do this. Like that's literally all
Vulcans
Nathan
are-
knows.
I'm gonna scream you.
To the fact
Goes
of
into the-
weapon and, shall we say, order is so much of your religion, it is almost to a religious point. Vulcans have such a deep connection to the handling of their emotions and the reading of others, both emotion and mind. What you are to weaponry, Val, is to psionics. To give a really definitive term.
Okay. I am aware.
So you understand how in tune I am now that I've severed my emotions and gone through that ritual of my people.
I do.
I believe there are two things you wish to share with the group. Well, no. Let me rephrase that. You do not want to share with the group.
You
That would be
guessed
violent.
right.
I will not tell them for you, for I know everyone's secrets are personal and their own. However, if it becomes a danger to this group, you know what I will do.
Black Opal.
That
Are
was good.
you gonna reach into your mind? Gonna reach into your mind?
So, my big thing with this, at least for Black Opal, is that he originally thought, like, he knows about gym physiology. He knew that his mom had to be an opal. Like, that's just how it works. But he now knows that his mom was an onyx. And half of him was missing, basically, because she hadn't integrated herself into himself yet. She split herself, and so he only got the opal half of himself. Yeah. And so he's thinking about how his mom finally gave herself into that, and how he doesn't really know who he himself is or what he is because of that, and wants to look into himself to find the memories that I have that could have been blocked through my mother, and as well as try and draw upon whatever part of myself was locked away.
Based on what we've talked about, looking inside yourself in this moment, all of you, of course, as strike team, are standing by to various capacities, of course. If something medically, scientifically, something internal, mentally, something physically should happen, right? I mean, we've got 3 beefy boys on this couch alone. I mean, Salnamorum and Gibbon could totally take out Gibbon. So it's like we're covered on these fronts. Everyone's got a way to stop this.
Oh, yeah.
Or I shouldn't say stop this, to help
Yeah.
keep something bad from happening.
Glad you got that.
Black Opal. Looking inside yourself. We are about to have a Nat 13 moment. Because I'm giving you 2 choices. One, you could unlock something in yourself. Something that would help you personally, in that sense of deeper stuff to unlock. Or you could unlock something else there that could forever alter your party for the better in terms of knowledge of the mind. You can either give the party a leg up in terms of, as a whole, everyone's more prepared with information, or a physical beef up in the sense of, like, you yourself are going to unlock stuff to personally help you. Which battleground do you want to open up? More of the possibility of information and the passing of, or of yourself? And I hope you understand which of what we've already previously discussed is related to both. Do you want to leave it up to fate?
Or
We can let it be fate.
is it cool if I ask a question?
Yeah. I'm just gonna prep this though.
Is it depending on person?
It's a little bit dependent on person. It's not that one or the other can't happen, but very much the which route we go of person. Unlocking doesn't mean that it will be gone, simply that it's what you've unlocked.
Okay. Because in that case, I would. Ooh.
It won't totally shut off the other, but
I think he found intrigue in one, but has recently discovered a crap ton with himself, and he thought he knew who he was, but now not being sure, that was like one thing that he could rely on. And so
would
he
it help if we can totally like pause, mute, cut everything, and you could very out of session you could ask everyone to see if there's a general consensus of what could help more? Would that help to have like a little bit of? Then we will briefly just kind of break, and I'll kind of explain so that you can get a little from the group. coming back in. A bit of chat.
We're like, Nomura, I'm down.
I'll go myself.
You missed the last one. Like, she thirsty.
As Black Opal
No,
digs
this one, Alice
deeper
was on.
into his own mind,
Oh my gosh.
Keep digging.
something will fundamentally change.
Do I
As
become more like an onyx?
your skin, or shall we say gem, becomes darker and more of that onyx hue. Not reflective, but very that matte black starts spreading around as bringing in, once it hits your eyes now change and become more opaloid, translucent like the moon, whereas the rest of you has become much more onyx.
Do I get the cool, like, red fire lines? In the...
Not total lines, but what anyone who looks closely enough, when Black Opal moves, the head will turn and multiple muscle contractions break and reform like a stop motion, very low frame camera in moving, things that seem now much more crisp and defined. And every so often, the opaline eyes flash.
You all good?
No, this is cool.
That was not the question given asked.
It answers it.
It does.
I suppose it does.
Oh my gosh.
I am...
Do so.
Yeah?
I'm
I want to see.
I was saying, get ready because it's not an insight check what you're doing.
Okay.
That helps, yeah.
I'm fine. Everything's fine. Nothing's bad happening ever.
I need you to make me, for Val, an investigation check.
But keep that same. No, I'm just kidding.
I feel stronger.
Much stronger.
Investigation. 22.
Do I grow a foot?
You do not grow foot, thankfully.
You told me that was
I'm still taller than you. Actually, we're the 7 foot, right?
We're the same height.
7 foot.
Val,
and I've been taller than both of you.
where we are going to end tonight, as Val mind melds with Nemorum, you see Nemorum's two other custodes, Azrael and Gertie. They head off. You see Nemorum meeting with the Imperium, specifically with the Emperor. And when Nemorum came to the Federation, you see two people. 22. The memory goes, "The name's Commander Shaw. I'll be your liaison with the Federation and everything you need to know. But of course, this whole project ain't just through me. This is Admiral Stansfield. She's the one heading the whole operation and bringing you in. If you need her help, answer to her." You see everything with the spear, the recent memories going through. Val.
Did my aunt have a last name?
No.
Okay.
Admiral Stansfield has been here the whole time.
I've been here the whole time.
She was one of the admirals that has always been here. But no one really talked to her. No one had an interview with her, but she's been here.
Have other parties had interviews with her?
A few.
Oh, really?
One or two. In fact, Val, because you've hit on a bit of Star Trek lore, would you like to look maybe at your fellow crewmates and see if anyone else has some?
I ask before I do.
Yeah.
In Star Trek lore, if a Vulcan is particularly bonded, close to certain people, they can mind meld without touching. So what Val is doing is sending out an invitation of, if you know things, they will stay with me. But if you feel like it is important, you can speak your mind without speaking at all. I extend that out to everyone at the table. Also, I suppose the term Black Opal used was cool, sick. This is pretty sick. This is a new thing I'm doing.
I mean, I think Sal already shared everything he has to say.
I don't have anything new. Well, I have.
That is pretty new. And it is.
The key is, instead of you having to make a history check yourself, letting Val make an investigation check for
I'll be
you.
able to get it easier. Sorry, that's.
Are
the
we
trick.
sure it's a good idea to let Val go on poking around our minds?
That's why I'm
after
asking.
literally
No, that's
That's
not.
why I'm asking.
But less emotions. That is why I am asking.
I
This is completely up to your will.
No, it's not that I care if you're in there. It's just we don't have time to go back to Vulcan.
I am separate from my emotions. Unless I choose to be with my emotions, nothing will happen.
Okay, fine.
I have not chosen to be with my
I
emotions.
thoroughly refuse to have anyone else in my head again.
Understandable.
I have a very strong opinion about that. Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
By not letting anyone into your mind, it is very much going to cut off a ton of information that could help everyone, including yourself.
Dang it.
And that I understand that it comes from the role playing, but there's a very specific reason I love that there was a gem and a Vulcan to work on this exact thing. I have to say that as a DM of, you don't have to do it now, but please be aware that I'm like, are you sure?
Saying never is a strong
Saying never is a
word.
very strong word.
Saying no in improv is a big no-no.
Exactly.
Actually, Val goes, never is a long time. Do you understand that? You could say for now, and I will still respect it. I advise that I can't.
Maybe we can go back to Vulcan. Let's do it.
Why would we go back to Vulcan?
Because you start dying again.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh my
Thank you all so much for
gosh.
playing. Thank you for watching. I will see you all next time.
Oh wait, do I immediately
Whoa.
start dying?